Coming in first, the Infinity Reapers with 9 eliminations, 5 of those from Mr. Jack Lord himself. Coming in second, the Team Artistic with 11 eliminations, and coming in third, but now we're down. So now let's go. Who is that came out and around? Who is that? A Nuxify getting that one. But we did lose Guts, and now we do have, what did I just click off of when I switched on over there? Team Control driving by. The bad mofo is down on the other side. They might be able to come back and pick him back up, so we'll have to check in on that. Liquid Devil taking Team Liquid taking out Team Liquid. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about, guys, but let's see what's happening right on over here with Reality. Reality coming right up and over, right on top of Velocity. Escape bot we did. Let's check in on a Nuxify. Nuxify is right over here, right on the south side of all of this. We got Team Control on the north side of all this. Reality sandwiched in the middle between the two teams. Let's check in on the General and Falcon. Falcon taking all those shots right across. Oh, Falcon gets found by a Nuxify across the way. So now the General. Here comes Giamatti coming right up and over. SK Bot going down. Oh, Nuxify again. But the General didn't have a helmet. So now let's go with a Nuxify. A Nuxify doesn't have a vest. He's only got the helmet side up of this, but he is still pushing up and in, and he gets found by Youngest in charge. BMF is the last one. The first one knocked, but the last one standing. So now he's got to try to get on over there to get his teammate picked back up. As Reality is coming up and around, we do have Reality down as a duo. Ooh, so now let's get on over here and find out what's happening in Milta, because we've also got the fight over here between Straight Out and Nepal, Tempest, and FML, and there goes the General. So now there they go. So we do have a fight between the Kabooters and Alpha Esports as well. Let's get some sky view, guys. Let's find out what is happening over here in Milta, because I do see Third Eye thinking about coming up and joining the party in Milta. Let's see what's happening. Straight Out in Nepal, we got Tempest over here and FML. And let's not forget, off in that distance, not too far away, we do also have Third Eye coming right up and in. Let's find out what's going on over here in the 12-pack. Ooh, we got the Kabooters, and it looks like Bot may be in some trouble over here. He's got all 4 of them from Alpha 4 Legend right out, or Alpha Esports right on the outside of his. Here they come right up and in. He's got that DBS pointed right home. And he goes down. Let's put that map right on back up over there. Let's get on over here. Yeah, it does look like Straight Out Nepal went ahead and left. So let's see what else is happening. It looks like they're all starting to pull away from each other, giving each other a little bit of space. Straight Out Nepal has most of this area, but we still have the 2 teams right here in Milta, and we've got Third Eye coming right up and in. We also have Rich Esports in a fight. Where is Rich Esports at? Oh, right on over here. Let's go. Let me see if I can find him. Sorry, guys. I'm still fighting my allergies, so I still have the frog voice going on. I'm sorry about that, guys. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is happening. Looks like Blacklist, I believe, is one. Yeah, they found this guy, Mose. I'm not sure how to call him. Maybe Zoe. Who knows? Mose. Alright, so like I said, the real fight is over here, but it's a standoff at the moment. They're just waiting for each other to make that mistake. They have plenty of time over here in Milta because they do have zone going up and around them. Ooh, it looked like Jap might have stopped. Did Jap stop? No, he did not. I thought he'd stopped on the backside getting ready to take that push. That blind push right on into Blacklist over there. And our zone does pop, so let's go ahead and look at that, find out where we're going. We still have a small... Hello everyone, and welcome to the United North America GALA. This is the $1,000 finals today. Here are your finals teams. In slot 3, Team Velocity. Slot 4, Team Entity. Slot 5, FML Esports. Slot 6, the Infinity Reapers. Slot 7, Rich Esports. Slot 8, S2G Esports. Papa had a 1v4 yesterday. Jack Lord had a 1v4. I caught them both on stream. Oof, hot. Slot 9, Blacklist. Slot 10 are the Panthers. Slot 11, Team Control. Slot 12, Team Artistic. Slot 13, Youngest in Charge. Slot 14, the Extreme Slayers. It doesn't look like the Extreme Slayers to me. It looks like Team Still Alive. I will find out if they switched it. In slot 15, Third Eye. 16, the Shining Stars. 16, the Shining Stars. 17, Straight out of Nepal. 18, Unique Legacy. There we go. Let me check in on Team 14. Let me see if they changed them. Team 14 still says the Extreme Slayers. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We will find out together. Together. Alright. So we do have a giveaway tonight, guys. We're waiting for Phoebe to pin the Discord server link in here. I can't do that for you, but here are the rules to enter the giveaway tonight. You need to get over to the UNA Discord server. You need to take a screenshot of the sub to my channel. You need to take a screenshot of the sub to the UNA YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. One screenshot of the comment. But your comment has to be who you are going to think is going to win the map. And as you can see, there it is. Can you pin that for us? There it is. W. So we do have 6 matches tonight, guys. So you've got 6 matches to make a comment to try to decide who's going to win. But if you get 3 to 4 correct winning guesses, you'll get $5. If you get 5 to 6 correct winning guesses, 10. I'm not sure this is the UNA giveaway, so we'll have to find out. But there it is. Just scroll on back if you forget how to do this. And let's go, guys. We are headed into match 1 of 6. This is Erangel. Right now we're on Velocity Guts. Alright. Nuxified did so well. Oh, they are all such good, talented players in this match. It's really amazing. Alright, so let's go. Let me see. Oh, yep. Team Still Alive is now in slot. Now over in slot 13. They just are 14. They just told me. So just now, I will try to fix that when we have a break. I'll try to get that up and in there. But for now, let's make sure everything works. Alright, so let's get that map screen up there so we can all see this flight path. The flight path, we're coming in from the California coastline, just between Quarry and Primorsk, going up and over the quarry to that northern side of Pachinki, through the school area, Yasnaya, and dumping off just to the south of Kameshki. So there is your flight path. Let's zoom on in, see what's going to happen. Yesterday we had some teams fighting it out over here in Primorsk. We had all sorts of teams going up the California coastline. This Pacific Coast Highway found all sorts of crates along there. Looks like Still Alive headed on to that north side, and they're not too far away from team control. I see Falcon over here, but I don't see anybody jumping with Falcon, so I'm not sure. Oh, there they are. They're way over here. Team Entity not too far away. We also have Team 12, the Artistic. Alright, so now let's see what's happening up in that ruins area. I see Third Eye right there with the Panthers. Ooh, they're headed over to the car spawn, over to the cube area. I'm not exactly sure where they're all going, but they are all going somewhere. Alright, we have Blacklist down in the boatyard, not too far away from United Legacy. We do have a team headed up, Rich Esports, to that Severny. And we've got a few ooh, that first zone. I feel like we're going to stay on the mainland. There's no one on military base right now, so that's going to be alright. But it does look like we've got 2 teams right over here with the Shining Stars dropping with S2G. Let me get the Papa on here. Papa was the one yesterday that we got in 1v4 over in the very first 1v4 in Erangel. So he was group Rampage and they lived up to their name. So let's go. Looks like Papa's doing just fine. Oh, Asta! What are you doing? What's going on with the Panthers? That's what I need to know. Let me check in on the map over here and find out what happened. So he's down and out over here, I think. Let's see if we can get him picked back up. Asta and May 11th, but Third Eye is coming up and around as well. So let me go ahead and switch on over to the iPad so we can see what's happening there. We'll keep Papa on the screen down below, just in case he does do another 1v4. Alright, so we did lose Asta. Oh, and the Third Eye coming right up behind him. And so now I think the Panthers are down to just a solo. We've got 2 knocked, and it does look like TP's going to come on out. Try to get that. He's going to go ahead and head on out of there. So let me go ahead and switch on back over here and find out if Papa is going to get into this fight. You can see that the elimination feed is really quiet at the moment. Papa does not have anything except 60 ammo. And they are coming up with gear. He doesn't have a helmet. He doesn't have a vest. But here comes the rest of his... Oh, and Papa going down and out. So Shining Star up to an elimination, but we do have War coming right up and in, and it does look like they're getting ready to take the fight. So we do have Slayer down to about 5. Whoa, with the molly. He got him with the molly. Now here comes the push right up and in. War coming on. Here he comes, guys. He's getting ready to wrap around and try to get some of those shots right on down. Using the tree as Chima and Nay going down and out. Ooh, and I see the Infinity Reapers not too far away as well. Reason got 3 of those eliminations, but the Infinity Reapers got 1 of them too. And now the Infinity Reapers are wrapping up and around. You can see that on the upper right-hand corner in the mini-map. So let's see what's going to happen now. Our elimination feed is still quiet, so we're going to stay here in the active fights, guys, because I like to stay where the fights are going to be. We can check in on the map, see what else is happening. I feel like Team Entity is getting ready to get into that fight as well. So now, let's go. There they go. So now, let's check in on that map feed. You can see that Team Entity is also not too far away. There's Jack Lord. And let's get on over here and see what's happening with Still Alive. Let's get over here. There we go. Wrong map. Sorry, guys. Team Entity failure going down. So now let me see what is going on. I haven't seen Ace OP in the last couple of days. Not sure where he is. But Nexus driving right on over the top of that. And I have to use a toothbrush to get that kind of gunk out of those tires. And so S2G coming up and around. Let's check in on what's happening up here. Looks like they're trying to get some of that loot as well. And all of Infinity Reapers are wrapping around. You can see on all the different sides, they are right over here. So let's go. Let me head on over here into this active fight. See what's happening. Nexus going down. Let's check in on Shimmy Cocoa Puffs. I have no idea where I got that. Alright. Shimmy trying to get some of those fights in Loston. Coming out and around Loston with that DBS. And there goes all 4 of them from Still Alive. And they should be able to get Hope and Nexus as long as they stay still. We might be able to get them back up onto their feet. Lost in up to 3 eliminations out of that. Alright, we do have Kunjan coming right on in. Oh, the Infinity Reapers have now started that fight. Let's find out what's happening. And S2G, let's check in on Reason, because Reason is up to 3 eliminations. And let me put that map back up there. You can see that there's just water. Oh, Reason goes down. And War. So the Infinity Reapers up to 3 eliminations. Now Legend getting 2 of those. And Daddy getting 1 of those eliminations as well. Alright, so the Panthers I feel like might be getting into trouble right up in here. They're not too far away from Velocity. We all know that Nuxify doesn't like anybody coming into his area. He's called that his own, and our zone does pop. So look at all the water. We have so much water in this zone. Let me show you. Look at all the water. It is probably 60% water. So there you go. We do have a couple of teams starting to land on top of each other. Let's head on over and check out what's happening between Unique Legacy and Rich Esports. It looks like Rich Esports pulling right up and in. This is the prison recall compound. And let's go. Mario. So let's go. Let's see what's happening. Slay is not too far away from the skipper. The Unique Legacy is only a trio. Oh, Slay! Slay going down and the skipper coming in. Skipper is able to get that elimination, and so now skipper coming out. trying to figure out where they are as they're coming out and around. Oh, Skipper going right into Kunjan and Marioso. Marioso's able to get a knock with that DBS, and now it is just... Ooh, he's got 2 knocks. He takes down Jet, so now deep, we saw a lot of eliminations from Deep yesterday. He's the last one still standing for Rich Esports. He's trying to hold off the res that's coming right up and in upstairs. Deep, there goes, right upstairs. What a knock with that nade. He knew what he was doing, but does he know that there's one right there? Oh, right on into Marioso with that DBS, putting a hurt on Rich Esports on that push. Alright guys, let's check in on youngest in charge, not too far away from Velocity. We can see the Eagle. Eagle was not too far away from Velocity. Oh. Not too far away from that tree bark. Alright, hello Teddy Noob. Hello Teddy. Welcome in. Scroll back just a little bit so you can see the contest rules. Let me know who you think's gonna win. We do have one team that I have to change the name of, and that is the Extreme Slayers. We now have teams still alive that are in slot 14. They're unfortunately waiting for us in match number 2, so let's go. Why is that doing that? You know, I fixed that already. There we go. Alright, now Velocity. We got the Eagle trying to gatekeep Velocity from coming in. You can see in the upper right hand corner, the zone is right here at Eagle, and Velocity's trying to come on in. Eagle's trying to make sure Velocity stays out. Let me go ahead and fix this map while we watch that. We still have Team Entity over by Pachinki. Third Eye wrapping all the way around and coming down. So now let's see what else has happened. I think Blacklist and the Infinity Reapers may end up in a fight. And we still have youngest in charge right up here with Team Velocity. This is why I'm paying attention right now, because I think these two are going to get into a fight on this lower lip of the bass mouth. So let's go. Gonna go ahead and scroll on out just a little bit. We still have 38 seconds for the zone. We do have a team that's over there in Milk the Power, and we still have a Team Entity all the way over by Pachinki. So it looks like youngest in charge are gonna go ahead and hold on the compound, and we do have the Panthers coming into that north side. Let's go. I don't really see anybody on top of each other, so I'm going to go ahead and put that map screen up there, give you guys an idea where your teams might be. If you have a team you want me to check in on, just let me know and we'll check in on them. Here we go. And we're going from prison to sheltered down in Milta area. So let's get on over here and find out. Jack Lord, who are you rooting for tonight? Ooh, I don't know, Jack. Let me see. Who do I think might win this? Just because of the contest going on. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Get a screenshot over there with a comment. Ooh, Jack Lord. Alright, so now let's get on over to... Let's check in on where these guys are. I did miss who just knocked you. It's kind of funny. I was on you and you started talking to me. I know you said it was your bunny or whatever. Alright, so player 3 was able to get that knock over onto you. Let's see. Looks like we're over here at the logging camp. But I see Vegeta also from FML. I'm making sure I do not say that out loud. And we do have Straight Out Nepal coming right up and in. Let me see what kind of aggression straight out of Nepal is going to take right now. Let us go. You look in the upper right-hand corner. We have quite a few that are right over here on top of each other. We've got FML. We've got straight out of Nepal. The Infinity Reapers. And youngest in charge. They are all right on over here. The Infinity Reapers do have 2 eliminations, so let's go. Let me make a guess. Let me see the map screen, Mr. Jack Lord. Let's go ahead and scroll on in a little bit. I do see that Velocity is coming in slow. So Velocity, we know that they've already got a couple of, let's see, they do not have points. I thought they had some points, Jack. Let me see. They're also right up there by Team 11, Team Control. Team Control taking over that mansion area too. Unique Legacy, the duo up to 4 eliminations. So Team Entity, let me check. Team Entity, what are you doing over here? They're still down by the shelter. I'm not really liking their position. They are downhill. Let's see. I kind of like where Blacklist is, Jack. I like that area. It's easier to defend, get some points, but we'll have to find out. We know that straight out Nepal is extremely tactical, as well as Team Control. And Team Control is right around where Blacklist is. So I'm feeling good for Blacklist. Like I said, Blacklist has a really good spot for defending. This is really hard to push if you're not used to all these cliffs. Team Entity are coming up and in. So if Team Entity takes over this, I feel like Team Entity might be able to take this, Jack. I'm starting to feel like this layout is very good. Well, thank you, Pika. Thank you. So, Jack, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure at this point. I feel like I'm doing a watch party instead of casting at the moment, but you can see that right now it's pretty quiet, but it's going to get heated up. So let's head back over to straight out of Nepal. If Nexus OP finds Unique Legacy over on that other side, so let's go. Let's see. Unique Legacy is trying to push in from that western edge. Straight out of Nepal. Ooh, Wolfie goes down. I don't like that over here for the Wolf, but now here comes FML, and we do have XP3. XP3 hit the shell. Zig gets found from the Witcher Tower, and there it goes out to that nade. So now Spence is trying to get over towards Wolf, and where's XP3? Wolf is getting picked back up, but now we do have FML pushing up into straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal does have the uphill advantage here. Can FML breach the... Zeman! Oh, XP3 had your toes right on in there. So now, let's go. Let me go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more. Figure out what's happening. And don't forget, there is a contest going. You guys need to comment who you think is going to win. They're going to be locking the channel and unlocking it during the break. So... oh, who's got their eyes on you? The Infinity Reapers uphill from here. I feel like the Infinity Reapers, Jack, you guys are going to have to move on over. And, oh, that nade. And the follow-up nade. So now Spence is trying to hold off the push. And here comes the push right up and in. Oh, Spence gets taken down by Vegeta. So now it's just up to Wolf. Wolf over here in the 1v1. He's down to 2 HP. And they are still moving up and around. So I still like where Blacklist is. I still like their position, Jack. I really like that position. Alright, so now let's see. Can Wolf get on either? Is he going to go ahead and take the fight and finish off? Oh, he finds Vegeta from underneath the vehicle. A lot of shots going off, but the elimination feeds and Blacklist is now nice. So now there we go. So let's check in on Blacklist right on over here. Never mind. What do you mean, Jack? Alright, so we do have, I wish I knew what this name was. Mose, I'm not sure. We're going to check in on him. He's up to 3 eliminations. And we got Velocity coming right up in, right behind Unique Legacy. We've got the Infinity Reapers. We have Team Entity coming right up and over. Blacklist is still right here in the zone. So now let me go ahead and put that map screen up there. Give you guys an idea where people are trying to come up and into. So let me check in on Lostin. Lostin's still right up in this area by Blacklist. Still in that spot that I told you I like, guys. I just like it. It's much easier to defend. Alright, let's check in over here on Team Control. Team Control is coming right up and in behind Blacklist. Can Blacklist hold off not only Team Entity, but Team Control as well? Team Control coming right up and in between Blacklist and Team Entity. Oh, and it's just up to the General. The General is down to about 10 HP, and he's watching right on over. And here comes Team Entity right up and through. He does find Nexus OP. The General still trying to hold him off from that push, and the nade from Velocity over onto the General. So now we are down to the top 9 teams. Everybody pushing in from this eastern side. And we still have 9 teams. We still have Velocity, Team Entity, FML, Blacklist. We've got the Team Artistic, Youngest in Charge, Third Eye, straight out of Nepal, and Unique Legacy in Stage 6. You know that Stage 6 is usually only down to about 4 or 5 Velocity Guts going down. Xenon right up at the top. Watching Guts turn into a toasted marshmallow. Xenon. Oh, Blacklist coming up and around. Blacklist rotating down and around. I like that play from Blacklist. Here comes Team Entity. Lost in. Still trying to get those nades right up and through. Trying to get in on 2. We are down to the top 5 teams. Let me scroll on in. Maybe we can get some bird's eye view of what is happening over in this area. So now we are over by the logging camp. We have to come down the side of this hill. We got the cliffs right up and over here. We've got Team Entity in a fight with the Blacklist over here. And so now Nexus OP trying to come right up and around. With that DBS right into it. Nexus OP, the last one still standing against the trio from Blacklist right over here. So now, what is Blacklist doing? Blacklist, I think Nexus OP might be able to get his teammate picked back up. But where is the last player? Who are we looking for? Unique Legacy, Marioso. Oh, he's way over there, but Marioso's using so much smoke to get in here. He's giving his position away while these teams are fighting. Nexus OP trying to heal up, does get the heal up. It is still a 1v2 for Nexus OP, so Blacklist. So now we do have A 2v1, we've got Marioso. Marioso is up to 6 eliminations. And we've got Mo's up to 7 versus 6 in the elimination. So now let's see what's gonna happen. It is a 2v1, no, 1v1 now, 1v1, and there it is. There it is. Coming in first, Unique Legacy, 9 eliminations. Coming in second, Blacklist with 7 eliminations. Team Entity, though, coming in with 12 eliminations. G top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, and 16. Going all out, Unique Legacy Marioso. 8 eliminations, 863 damage. So when we come right back, we'll be jumping with Unique Legacy Marioso. And I will be right back. And I'll put up the screen to show you guys how to enter. Don't forget. Chance. I'm going to say it's a very slight chance that we might go down to military base, but I'm guessing we'll stay right around that GALA area in this. So probably around, right around in here, over here by that North Farm area. So we're going to stay here with Rich Esports because we do have Alpha Esports coming up in here as well. So I think it's going to be pretty close to where our, oh no, let me check over on to Hui K, see what Hui K can see from the top of the world. Let's go ahead and get off that map screen. And we do have Tempest in a fight. Look at that, Tempest in the fight with Third Eye. Way over in that Milta areas, they're all starting to push on in. So now Hui K trying to figure out where everyone is as his teammates are calling them, letting them know where they are. They're right here in that barn, and I do see that we have some issues for Rich Esports as well. Jet is down to a solo now, and here they all come pushing right up and in. This is Alpha Esports coming right up and through. Jet crawling, going prone with the S12K, waiting for him to come on through. And Hui K was ready for that prone. So Alpha Esports up to 6 eliminations, taking over the West Gas Station Farm area. So now let's see what else is happening, guys. We do have a couple of teams by themselves or are close to each other over here. The Finest on top. Let me see the Finest. Let's check in on the Finest. Here we go. They're coming right up and through. They are all doing just fine, but they are right behind Third Eye. You can see that bad fella is watching rotation as we're coming through the Pachinki trenches. So can we get through this without making a mistake? Jerry coming right up and behind him. Look at this. We're gonna come on through. He's gonna go ahead and avoid the trenches. This is the route that I usually take because I hate getting caught in the trenches. Alright, so we're gonna hang out at that north side. So there you go, the Finest. The Finest, Jerry. Hello, Jerry. Alright, so now let me find out what else is happening. We still have Straight Out of Nepal. They managed to wrap all the way around and get over here to Ferry Pier and get the airdrop. Look at that. The airdrop is right here by Wolfie. Wolf, did you get that airdrop? And he sure did, guys. He sure did. Let's go. Let's see what Frankie. Look at the The level 3 gear. Frankie is a happy Frankie. Alright, guys. Let's see what else is going on over here with the kabooters. Hello, kabooters. So we got Furious and Pudna. In Fairy Piers also. So let's go. Let's go. Let me go ahead and put that map back up there. Give you guys an idea where your teams might be. Because we still have 12 teams in this. And Team Liquid pretty close to center zone. And they do have a team coming in right on top of them. Team 7. Third Eye. Right up on that ridge line. So let's see what's going to happen next. I still think this is probably where our zone's gonna collapse to, right in this area between the Finest and Team Liquid. Right in here, we'll have to wait and see though. We still have Unholy all the way over to that eastern side of the map over at that West Farm area. So everybody's coming in, and here comes your next zone, guys. Let's go ahead and scroll on in a little bit. And we're going. We still have military down in that map as well, but we know that it's gonna swing back up towards the river edge, so we'll be right up in here somewhere. But I still feel like where we are right over here might end up being where we end up, but it could be all the way over. Could be all the way over here at Sunnyvale. So let's see. Along that Lighthouse Ridge area. That would be a lot of chaos for this match. So we'll have to see. Let me check in on the Finest for the YouTube channel chat. Alright. Rashi, please. So let's go. Bad fella. Bad fella trying to stay out of the spray by Third Eye as he's coming up and around, but he's got a Team 10 Liquid Esports right down here in that West gas station farm as well. So they're gonna wrap up and around, so they're gonna end up right over here, not too far away from Reality Esports. And it does look like Bad Fella is on the hunt. He is out doing the scouting. I'm not sure if he can see that there's a team over there or not, but they're not taking any shots at him, so he might not know they're there. It looks like he's gonna go up onto A Hill, which is probably the best area for scouting. And I think here comes Rick and the rest of them, and he's gonna do this little picnic area, gassing on up. Let's go. Let's find out what Alpha. Ooh, we got another fight going on down here. Let's go on here and find out what Youngest in Charge is coming right up and around. We got straight out of Nepal, making sure they know that he is here. Was that Frankie? No, it was Wolfie. Wolf in the ghillie suit. That's a scary thought, isn't it, guys? Isn't that scary? Alright. The thing in nightmares. Let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit. Looks like they are all being really conscious of where they are. They're doing a lot of scouting. They're really doing the reps, keeping an eye on each other. So they know where everyone is, but it's interesting to see that for this 12-pack right here in Center Zone, that we've got Alpha Esports and Team Hype. They are super close neighbors. Let me check in on Kiddo over here. Kiddo, he is keeping an eye. He is front and center. He's ready for any type of push coming in from Alpha. So while we watch this for a second, I'm going to go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit so we got a better view. And we're going over to FML and the 12-pack. So we did spring on over. So we are still in zone. We're going from Sunnydale all the way to the 12-pack along this rigid coastline. We do have the Unholy coming in to the Lighthouse Barns over here. And we got Blacklist up at the car spawn. The rest of these teams are all coming in. All of them are coming in from this western edge. Looks like the finest for the YouTube chat. Let's check in on the Lighthouse Ridgeline. Hello everyone and welcome back. There we go. Got that click. Are you guys ready to see the scores going into match 2 of 6 of the UNA GALA, the $1,000 tournament? Coming in first, Unique Legacy with 19 total points. Team Entity 16. Blacklist with 13. There are your scores for the first match of tonight. Looks like we're getting ready to start, guys. We're getting ready to head into match number 2. Don't forget about the contest they're running if you want to win some moolah. You got to take a screenshot of the sub to my channel, Green Little Monster 1887. If you type that into the search, some of you may already have my channel, know what to do with it. Take a screenshot of subbing and liking the YouTube that you're watching this on, the UNA YouTube. A screenshot of the comment of who you think will win this match right here. So if you get 3 to 4 correct map winners, you could win $5. 5 to 6, you could win $10 for you. Shout out to UNA. Alright, let's get back into this. This time we're going to be jumping with Unique Legacy Mario. So 8 eliminations, 863 damage. Now hopefully I've got... It did not... Did it? 14? Yes, it did. Alright, so you need... I didn't get there in time. Let me get that map screen up for you guys. Got a lot going on in the background. I'm sorry. Let me find Unique Legacy Mario. So there we go. All the way down at the bottom. We'll pay attention to his drop. Almost the same flight path as the last one. We're coming in between Quarry and Primorsk along that California coastline. Going to the south side of Pachinki this time, right across the map to that Lipovka. So now there you go. Let's go ahead and scroll on in on our map over on the left hand side. See where these teams are going. It looks like Still Alive is right here with it. Who is that? I can't catch them underneath. Signed to S2G. So we're gonna have another fight right on over here. Unique Legacy doing just fine. We got Team Entity by the Panthers. Looks like Third Eyes down here in Primorsk, not too far away from FML Rich Esports. Nobody going to Pachinki, but Unique Legacy is dropping with Blacklist. So they're right next to each other, Razhawk and the Boatyard. So now the other end of the flight path, everybody's scattering out. Looks like Team Control and the Artistic are not too far away from each other in Lipovka. And we've got almost the same zone as the first one. So S2G already in a fight right on over here. And the Papa already has an elimination. Let's see what's going on with him right here. Oh, he's in trouble now. He does. Oh, he's able to get. Oh, here comes the pump shotty right over here with Still Alive. So now here he comes right out and around trying to get those shots, and Papa going down. Oh, they got him from behind. And let's see, Reason coming out. There goes 22 by 9, trying to hold him off. And here comes War right up and around. War also trying to make sure that they stay off of him. War coming up and in, but War is down to about 5 HP. We do have still alive the liar right on over here, trying to get that off angle, and Hundal right in here. Oh, Hundal going down. So now we have still alive liar. He is pushing right up and in onto S2G. Our elimination feed is really quiet, so while we watch this, I'm going to go ahead and check in on what is happening over here in Lipovka. It does look like the artistic are right over here, and I'm not sure if they know. I'm sure they do. We got... Oh, there they go. He got found out. So reasons up to 2 eliminations, 22 by 9 up to an elimination, and we did lose Papa in all of that. I'm kind of worried about team control. Oh, they definitely know that this is going on because we do have Falcon getting shot, but we got quite the split. Quite the split over here in Lipovka. So let's get on. I do see Team Entity not too far away. Here they come, Team Entity. Team Entity feeling aggressive. Right when I was getting ready to click on over, I see Team Entity coming right up and around, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, War! No! So War gets taken down. Reasons and 22 by 9 are already headed down this California coastline. They are gone. So Team Entity, guys, Team Entity, they are feeling aggressive. So we might have some chaos from Team Entity. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Let me go ahead and put this map back up here. With the crossbow, imagine getting a shot of that from a Team Artistic. He does have the crossbow. He's only got 2 bullets left, and he's also got the 686. So not the greatest of the 2 that he would have wanted, but look at that. He gets found from the Infinity Reapers. The Infinity Reapers are also coming up and around, getting into this fight. So now we've got 3 teams over here in Lipovka. The Gambler trying to take on the General. The G versus G. It's going to be GG's. So now let's see what is happening. Baja coming right up and in. The Gambler coming right up and in as well. And I think the General, what is happening over here? The General, oh, the General going down by 604. And 604 up to 2 eliminations. But now all of the Infinity Reapers have pushed up and in. So now the Infinity Reapers are coming in, and here comes the fight. They know already that these teams are really low in their armor. So this is the fight I see at the moment. Team Entity headed back over. They may run into Rich Esports. Rich Esports not too far away. Third Eye coming on down. S2G may end up right in the lap over here at the gas station coming out of the West Bridge with FML. So we do have a lot of chaos over on this west side coming on in. The rest of the map looks pretty clear to me. But those are the places that I feel like we might have another fight. Blacklist is over in that boatyard, and Raj, Unique Legacy have already moved out of Raj, and Unique Legacy is headed over towards Lipovka. So we're gonna have another team over here. So we've got the Artistic over here. We've got Infinity Reaper and Unique Legacy. They are all headed to Lipovka. We're going to have 3 teams over here in Lipovka in a matter of seconds. And The Shining Stars look like they could be headed towards Lipovka as well. So we may have all sorts of chaos over here in this Lipovka area. Oh, the gambler just got found. Jack Lord! Jack Lord! Right when I look at the screen, but he get found from behind. So now it's just down to Bajwa. Bajwa now is trying to hold them all off. He's the last one still standing. He's down to about 30% health. And here comes the Infinity Reaper's daddy right there on the other side of that wall, daddy. Oh, Bajwa right back up and in through the window. So now he's trying to get the shots over onto Legend. He finds Legend. He hops out through the window. But now here comes Unique Legacy on the 4th or 5th party. I'm losing track of how many teams, ooh! Oh, the jump shot by Shaheen. Bosch was able to get that knock with the AK. He's got 2 of them knocked, 3 of them knocked. So now here comes another one. Is Bajwa down to about 20 HP? He's got 3 of them knocked. There they go. So now there is now one more. The last match top fragger. We got Marioso on the jump shot. And here comes the Shining Stars for the 20th party. Now here comes another team into Lipovka. Lipovka is now outside of zone with all these teams in here. We still have the Shining Stars. We still have Unique Legacy. And they weren't even here to begin with. But here they are now. We also have the fight right up here with the Panthers. The Panthers in a fight with Velocity. I see Xenon not too far away. Xenon trying to get on out of there. What's up with you and a Nuxify? They got the Panthers right behind him. Unique Legacy still trying to find more. So now Mario Soul, the last match top fragger. Are you the last one? Yes, he is the last one still standing. The last match top fragger, the last one still standing on the 5th or 6th party. We had team control in Lipovka. We had woo, the Drain of Aragel. Alright, so now let's go ahead and scroll on in. We are down to the top 12 teams, and we still have the fight that's going on a little bit that's up here with the Panthers. So I'm going to switch over to the Panthers and put the map back up over here, guys, so that you guys can see what is happening, where your teams are. We are getting ready to switch. Well, we just switched into stage 2. We still have 2 minutes of stage 2. So let me put that map up there, give you an idea of where we're going. It's very central. So we're going from Yaz down to that East Bridge compound. Looks like the Panthers are hunting for... Oh, Xenon's gonna run right into Youngest in Charge. Youngest in Charge, we're headed over towards Lipovka too. All these teams headed to Lipovka. So now let's go. Let's see what else is happening with Xenon right at the top. Xenon watching for the Panthers to come up and in. Let's get on over to the Youngest in Charge. Youngest in Charge are right here, right on top of the Shining Stars. So the Shining Stars, no, here they come right up and behind. Now we're over here at the mansion. The Shining Stars coming up into Icy. Icy has been knocked right on over here, and Eagle trying to come up and around this ridge line, trying to get the shots along this broken. Oh, that nade bounce. That bounce off the wall, protecting Eagle from getting that knock. So now, here comes the cover fire for Eagle as they're doing the... Ooh, Dylan with that jump shot over the broken wall, but Flex across the way does find Dylan as Dylan comes down to try to get that elimination. So now, Look at this. We've got 2 of them knocked. We've got Nav down to about 5 HP. Nav was able to get that res or the heal off, but now we did lose Icy, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to get Eagle picked back up, but we've got Velocity coming in, and we lost Zone. So none of these players in the mansion are in Zone. If you look up in that upper right hand corner, you can see that Zone is right there on that. Ooh, what a reposition over onto the Shining Stars. So now, let's see, where is Nav? Nav is coming right up and in. They should be able to go ahead and get on out of there. They did get an elimination. We're headed up to Yasnaya. So now, let's go. This is the only active fight at the moment, so we'll go ahead and stay here. But I do feel like Rich Esports is getting ready to get into a fight with Team Entity. So Entity over here at the Volcano Compounds. Let's see what's going to happen with them. It does look like the youngest in charge are going to go ahead and move on out. Looks like Rich Esports backed away just a little bit. We have the duo from S2G up on the Potato Hill area, and that's the closest fights that I do see at the moment. Blacklist. Ooh, we got youngest in charge. We're headed right into the Panthers. So the Panthers are at the top of Yasnaya. Look at this. They are just keeping an eye right on over at the rotation from the youngest in charge going out and around. You can see that Flex is not that far away. Flex has gotten out of his vehicle, and he's trying to get those eyes up and over onto where the Panthers are. So we still have a team coming in from that Lipovka area. We still have a team in Lipovka getting all that loot because we had so many teams come into Lipovka trying to get some of those extra points. So let's go ahead and scroll on over just a little bit. There you go. And Flex is right here behind it. Look at this. Day 11. What a beautiful spray over on the Nav. That 4-time spray. GG. Oh, Flex may find you. So let's check in on where Flex is. Flex. Oh, here they come, Flex. Here they come. Are you ready for this push? And we do have about 30 seconds left of the zone. And let's go over and check in on the Alamo. See what's happening. See what kind of one stack over here. We do have FML over at the Alamo. We've got the one stack. It's taken over by S2G. So you know that PUBG loves this zone right here. So we might end up over here where FML already are. So that might be where we're headed. Third Eye wrapping all the way down and around. And they ended up coming through that southern side. So yeah, here is the zone. So we'll have to see where these teams set up. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do. You know already that we'll probably have a couple of teams in those dips right there. FML should be able to fight those teams from that ridge line if they can keep an eye on their back. As long as they've got a good scout keeping their back clear. Youngest in charge starting to come down and around. The Panthers are still up in Yasnaya. They're going to have to move into Velocity. So that's what I see at the moment. Straight Out Nepal is in a fight. Let's get on over to Straight Out Nepal. Find out what is happening with them. And let me see if I can click on somebody. And it is XP3 right over here by Walmart. And he does see Shining Star Chima right over by Heaven. Taking those shots, trying to disable the car. Third Eye and Rich Esports now in a fight. So now let's see what's happening right on over here. Find out what we can see. Zig coming right on into the Alamo. Looks like they're going to go ahead and set up shop right along this ridgeline. Oh, Zig, watch your back because you got Chima behind you. And you got a rotation coming in from FML. Looks like Zayman and Fahad, they're both coming down and around to try to get you in that off angle. We just lost Entity deep. And let's go. I think Chima, they're going to go ahead and try to get you over here. Look at the... Oh! Don't normally see a flying... Oh, Wolf was just done with that Wolfie. GG's. So now we do have a couple of teams already taking over these dips. We'll see if FML is going to take on these fights. We've got the Shining Stars. We got Third Eye coming right up and in. Let's check in on what has happened with Vegeta. Hello, Vegeta. Vegeta's still just on this edge, and now we pulled away, and we are going further into the field. So these dips right in front, they're gonna have to watch out because they are just on that ridges, just on that edges zone right on across the way. So these can either be really good or really bad. Chills, hello Chills. So now the Panthers and Unique Legacy right up over here. Let's see what's happening at the top of it. So here they go. Oh, right on top of them. Asta coming up. Look at that mini map. He has so many teams coming into that other side. Ooh, he's got to heal up, and I think he's the last one. Yes, he is the last one still standing. But here comes straight at Nepal. You can see them coming up and around, straight on Nepal. On the sweep, they're making sure that they are clearing their backs so that when they push, they are not gonna get any sneaks right up on behind them. So now let's see what's happening down in the trenches over here. We got Blacklist in the trench that I just called out just a few minutes ago, and now they're gonna have to hold off Rich Esports, FML, Shining Stars. They are all right up and over here, and you can see that FML is getting those nades right over into that other trench. So now let's go. Yes, smoke up the trenches, because here comes straight out of Nepal from the east, and Team Entity from the west. Team Entity coming up behind Rich Esports. Kunjan, watch your back over here. Kunjan with Team Entity right in front of him, right on the edge of the zone, straight out of Nepal in that fight with S2G. So now S2G down to just a solo. That's not what I wanted to do, guys. Let's go see what Asta is doing as he is coming right up and in behind Velocity. Velocity's back is not clear, but Team Entity on the zone sweep coming up and around. They are going to be able to find these solo players. Asta, oh, straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal, also in the zone sweep. Look at Zig. Zig is up to 5 eliminations, trying to find Asta, trying to spraying down the haystacks. We got Youngest in Charge also coming up behind all of this. Asta hopping up, and Zig able to get Asta, and I think that is it for the Panthers. Team Entity, oh, lost in right over there, but they still don't know that they have one more at their back. We have Youngest in Charge coming in from the north side. Hope, the last hope was straight out of Nepal, trying to get that res up because they are right there in zone. So Kaiser from Third Eye in a fight with Rich Esports. 6x9 going down. Let's see, Kaiser trying to come up and in, gets found by Bye, straight on the paw. The chaos. The chaos. FML. Zayman right here in front of straight on the paw. We do have XP3. Woo! That nade right onto XP3, getting him down to about half health, and Zayman able to push him back, trying to get him a little further away. We are down to the top of 5 teams. So now let's check in on what happened. It looks like Blacklist was able to hold that trench down, but we got straight on the paw. Third eye. FML and Blacklist. There are your teams. I think that's the best I could do for the sky view. Let me get this map on here. We'll get a little closer. They are all trying to come on in. We do have a lot of hardcover. Look at all the vehicles over here for Blacklist, Zayman, and Spence. Not too far away. Zayman trying to creep up on Spence. Spence using the smoke cover to try to get on through from the different haystacks. And now here comes Blacklist. Ooh, Spence is able to get him down and out. And so now Spence gets taken down by Zayman. And now it is Zayman versus Wolf. Here comes Wolf and XP3. Zayman trying to get the shots right up and over. Straight out of Nepal. Coming in first with 16 eliminations, 10 placement points, 26 total points for the second match of the UNA $1,000 Gala tournament. GG's. This is the finals, the final 6 matches, 4 more tonight. Coming in second, FML with 3 eliminations. Zayman, nice move at the end. Blacklist coming in third with 2 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, and 16. Going all out, straight out of Nepal. Zig, 7 eliminations, 690 damage. And with that, we'll be right back with match number 3 of 6 for tonight's final matches. I'll go ahead and put the contest rules back up, and I will be right back with the scores of match number 3. Line itself, we have Sharon. He knows that there are teams right on down. Everybody's already in their spots, and who's taking all those shots? I'm not exactly sure. Oh, Team Liquid's in a fight. Let's get on over there and check in on what Team Liquid, Third Eye, YS, youngest in charge. They are all on the rotations, trying to get on over to that zone, because the zone did pop far away from these teams over here on this western edge. So the western edge surprised us all. We all thought that we were headed on, getting on over that way. Let's check in on Icy. I saw you taking some shots from the side. Looks like they're going to wrap the blue going all the way up and around. They're going to end up on top of Blacklist. So Gangitron, here they come. Right up and through. Gangitron getting knocked out of the way. So player 3 wanted to get his head right on in there. So Gangitron trying to get those shots. You can see that they're wrapping right up and in to Team 11. Right on over here, the bad fella down to 1 HP as Samar taking those shots right across. And now here comes the push by Team 6, the youngest in charge, coming right up and over that ridge line, right in front right in front of everyone. Let's go. Let's find out where is everyone. Jerry watching the back, making sure that none of them come out of the compounds not too far away from him. Bad fella did get knocked. Sharon trying to pick up Jerry to rotate down and in. And they know that these compounds are already taken. And look at this. They have got to move out of the 12-pack. So we're going from Sunnydale all the way over to the Lighthouse Barns. We still have the Lighthouse Ridgeline in zone right at that very north side. So one of these teams is going to have to go across the street. And this is flat, wide open area. And look at Reality. Reality is sneaking up right behind Straight Out of Nepal. Straight Out of Nepal right in front of Coffin. But Coffin is a solo. He can hear that Straight Out of Nepal is in a fight right on over here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's check in on Frankie. Frankie trying to keep an eye across the way onto the Unholy. But we do have a lot of teams that will be pushing up and along this ridgeline. The Kabooters all the way over here trying to push in. And they have, look in your mini map up in the upper right hand corner. They have all those teams to get right on through. They have to get through Team Hype. They have to get through Alpha Esports with Third Eye coming up right behind him. Kaiser bringing in the rear. So let's see. Can Kaiser push up and in? He's on foot. He does not have a vehicle. He sees a vehicle sitting there. And a smoking mobile is better than no mobile at all. He's going to take it. Yes, he is. That's exactly what I would do. So, oh, no. Did he go out to zone? I completely missed it. Jerry's up there in a fight. Yes, they are all starting to go out to the zone because the zone hurts. So now we're down to the top 8 teams. Let me go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit. No one is in zone. The zone is completely empty at this moment. So all of these teams have to push into this zone. So let's see, how are they going to get in there? We do have the Unholy across the way. The Unholy are going to be coming in with the, look at this, they've got the wide open spot, but they've got, there we go. We've got the hovercraft, but look at Straight Out of Nepal. They have Reality right behind them. They got Liquid Esports not too far away from them. And we've got the finest. Oh, the finest got taken out by FML. FML right across the street, down that hill. I knew one of these teams was going to have to go across the street, and that is a rough spot. This is a really toxic final zone, because as you can see, the zone is in the center of all these teams. We still don't have any teams in the zone. Unholy are right there on that ridge. They do have to push in, because if they don't, we already have seen that the zone is going to take them down and out. Wolf is down to about 5 HP. His car leaving on out there. So there he goes out to the zone. So now the FML. It is down to the Unholy versus FML. And here comes all the smoke plumes coming out. The only sightline blockers that are left in this zone. We've got a rock in a tree. Got a couple of vehicles. They're all trying to push up and in. The nades are going off. You can see the nades off in that. It is a 3v3. The Unholy versus FML, and Joey throwing those nades right up and over, trying to, ooh, that was a nice nade, Joey. Nice nade. Clearing out that rock So Fog and Fahad both trying to get away from your nade range. So Joey added nades, though he does have, I think, a molly left. Yes, he does. So there is your zone. They are still crushing on in. We've got 23 seconds left of stage 7. And it is still a 3v3. They are trying to creep on in. Joey still has the hovercraft, and it's even more of a sightline blocker hardcover. Trying to throw that molly right up and in, and now here comes. Oh, the angles. Did you see the angles that FML managed to get? They spread themselves out. Zayman with 10 of the 15 eliminations. Here they come right up and in the duo. Hello everyone and welcome back. We are headed into match 3 of 6. Here are your scores going into match 3. Straight out of Nepal coming in with 32 total points. Team Entity coming in with 25. Unique Legacy and Blacklist tied at 20. 12 points between first and fourth. Woo! But we still have 4 more matches remaining. This time we're jumping with straight out of Nepal. Zig, 7 eliminations, 690 damage. So let's find straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal. There he is, guys. Right there on your map. And let's get over to the map. There we go. There he goes. So don't forget, and let me go ahead and put the contest rules back up there one more time. Zig is actually zagging. Don't forget to get a screenshot, guys, and get over there and let them know who you think's gonna win. Somebody could win some of this. So now let's get into that map screen. We're coming in from Severny, so this time we got a different flight path. We're going north to south, going from Severny, Razak School, Potato Hill, down by the docks, and over the center of Military Base Island and the base itself, dumping off just to the east of the military docks. So there is your flight path. Let's go. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this brand new Una channel. They do want to do a lot of scrims for you. They want to do more tournaments. So every like, every sub helps them do more for you. So it looks like Velocity headed over towards that North Shore area. We got Rich Esports, pretty big split over here. We got the Panthers. It looks like the Panthers are going to have the entire Georgia Pole area to themselves. Team Control usually goes down to South Georgia. Looks like they're going to pick up the car first. Team Entity, a huge split across this GALA area. S2G going to Pachinki by themselves. Third Eye not too far away from Still Alive. And the Shining Stars. We've got straight out of Nepal watching FML. Looks like FML maybe going over to the farm. We do have the Infinity Reapers. We finally have a team down on the military base. And the zone, one more time. This is the third zone tonight. Almost the exact same spot. I do see the youngest in charge right over here. I think that's Team 12. Yes, it is the Artistic. And they are in the fight over here on this western edge of Yasnaya. So we'll go ahead and check in on them. See what they can do. And I'll keep an eye on the map. See if I see any other fights that may be taking. We already know that Unique Legacy does like to loot fast fast and then they rotate fast. I like that about Unique Legacy. Looks like straight on Nepal. Zig, the last match top fragger, taking those shots over at FML. We might have a fight in zone between those two teams fairly soon. But the teams like the Panthers and Team Control, they seem to run into each other and fight. And let's go. Blacklist maybe headed up towards the Panthers too. Maybe just trying to get some idea. Maybe get that information going on. So we do have Third Eye. They are just now getting to Primorsk. I don't expect to see Third Eye for the next zone or two. Why don't they just go ahead and loot? They're going to have all that area to themselves. So I'll just go ahead and put the map up now to give you an idea where your team might be. If you've got a team in here that you want to check in on, let me know. We do have teams spread out pretty far away from each other. But this is the third match tonight that we've had almost the same first zone. The first zone, we went down by the logging camp. The second zone, or second match, we had the final zone in the Yasnaya field. So where do you guys think the zone's going to be at this time? Will we have another repeat final zone? Are we going to actually shift over towards maybe that North Farm Ridgeline by Potato Hill or something along those lines? Or we could go over to Lipovka. We'll have to wait and see. Let me know in the comments what you think. And don't forget, we do have the contest running. Shout out to UNA trying to get some UC, some money honey to you. Alright, so now it does look like Baja does have an idea. It looks like they've got a plan in motion. Maybe they found a solo player that got a little too pushy. I feel like Flex might be the one that they're looking at. He is right in the middle of them in a very typical spot. But the rest of his team, oh, here comes Nav, whatever you want to call him. He is coming right up and in, but will Flex be able to hold off the the drop shot by the Gamblers? So now Icy coming up and around. Icy was all the way down by the station, so Icy's not going to be able to help them. Let me see what else I see over here in this fight. Are they going to be able to pick? Oh, no. Went ahead and destroyed that car. He says, nope, you're not getting that. So now it looks like they're going to go ahead and move on out. But we do have Rich Esports coming in and across. They may end up looking for him. And I see Unique Legacy. Like I said, Unique Legacy. They all sit there and they loot Rozhok really fast, and then they rotate really fast. Unique Legacy is now coming right up and over towards the Shiaznaya area, and they may run into Youngest in Charge or the Artistic. They do have Youngest in Charge Nav going out and around. It looks like they're going to go ahead and take over the Alamo. But we've got FML coming up right behind where Still Alive is. We might have a fight over here. Let's go on over here and find out what's going on with the Walmart compounds. Over by the OP dip. Yep, I think that we're going to have a fight between these two over at the shelter area. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But Unique Legacy is also kind of poking their noses in here. And here comes Team Entity, also on a very quick rotation. We still have Third Eye down in Primorsk. I don't expect to see them coming out anytime soon. They got there very late because their normal drop was not easy for them to get to. But look at this. Rich Esports trying to come right up and in. Does get found by Team Entity. Look at this. They are over here at the Alamo. Is the Alamo going to be this match's Lipovka? We know that Lipovka last match was crazy. Now, youngest in charge already over at Heaven. They are holding down Heaven, so not sure where Rich Esports is going to be able to figure out where to go. And I think the one stacks right in front of them are open, but look at that. The Artistic have already gotten all that area in Yasnaya covered. So it looks like they're just going to go ahead and loot up over here towards the mansion area, north side of mansion. So let's go. Let me see what's happening. I think we got a lot of rotations. Might be headed up towards that prison area again. Prison area, logging camp might be where we get all the crashes in it. Oh, I think the Infinity Reapers may see the shining stars coming across the river in the hovercrafts. Jack Lord going across that. Let's see what's going on. Did any of them see the shining stars? The whole legend, do you know what's going on behind you? It looks like they're going to come up and over towards that Milta Beach area. Just moving along. We're going to go ahead and set up along this coastline. I love this coastline, Jack Lord. Good position. Easier to push right up and in. Let's go up and over towards Team Entity. Team Entity about ready to run into two different teams. And look at this. Velocity. Hope doing the seat swap to get that. Nexus OP on the seat swap. Ooh. So now Velocity Bot going down, and Guts is right up and over. Hope is trying to stay out of that spray by Bot, but we've got another team coming up and over, also not too far away. So let's see, are they close enough to get into this? No, because Rich Esports pulled away, and the Artistic are also not too far away. Unfortunately, we did lose Nexus OP. Where is Ace OP? Where did he go? Alright, so now let's go. Let us see what else is happening. We might have Blackstone pushing up into FML. So Blackstone taking up a similar position to where they were, but FML have now pushed up into that area that I called out earlier, the first match. They're going to go ahead and take over the shelter compound. We still have Third Eye. Third Eye is now coming on in. They may see control over here in this farm area. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Team Entity and Velocity not too far away from Rich Esports up in this northern side by the lower bass mouth. So Team Entity does not have anyone coming in from that north side, so they've got that all that clear. And it does look like the Infinity Reapers took over the lower logging camp compounds over by the Milta factory. So I thought they were going to come along this coastline, but they continued in north. Third Eye taking over the bridge. There's really nobody down on this bridge, so that's not really going to help them much. So let's go over and check in on S2G, because I feel like they're going to end up running in right between several of these teams over here. We're out by the prison, out in the Walmart fields. It looks like we're headed up into the battlegrounds by the logging camp. The logging camp is getting pretty full of teams right up in here. So we already have FML straight out of Nepal, not too far away, straight out of Infinity Reapers, Blacklist, Unique Legacy. They are all right in here. And Papa is not too far away from Unique Legacy. So everybody's kind of getting set up around this prison area. They are all just moving out and around. Alright, let me scroll on in and keep an eye on what is happening. I'll put the map up there. If you guys have a team you want me to check in on, just let me know. And let's scroll on down just a little bit too high there. We don't need the river. And there we go. Looks like we're going to the logging camp one more time, so we'll have to see. Is Blacklist going to take over the FML compound, those ridges, those cliff lines? Are they going to push right up and in straight out in Nepal, going up that ridge line a lot faster than they did that first time? I feel like straight out in Nepal, getting their feet under them, they are ready. I already see them up here at the logging camp. They got FML up on those cliffs, and here comes S2G. S2G also wrapping down and around just to the south of them, as well as the Panthers. The Panthers and S2G might end up in a fight. Let's see what's going on. The Panthers straight across. Look at this. Trying to get those shots. Team Entity also trying to get in that shot. Look, oh, what a shot right out of there. So now Team Entity also in a fight. Let's see what's going on with Team Entity. Where are you getting into this fight? As they're coming up right next to straight out of Nepal. And we also have S2G over here. We are now pushing into Zone 3. Everybody just starting to take over these different areas. We have the Artistics coming right in between Rich Esports and Unique Legacy. Rich Esports is wrapping up and around behind Unique Legacy. Unique Legacy is going to have to watch their back, because Third Eye can come in and stab them in it. Stabba. Alright. Does look like the shining stars maybe trying to come up and in onto the Panthers, so we're going to have to watch for that. But I just saw Control. Let's head on over to Control, find out what's happening with them. They are not too far away from FML, right up on that top of that ridgeline. Like I said, I really liked where FML are. I feel like that's a good place to just hold. Look at this. You can see everything, and as long as you don't get tunnel vision, as long as you have your scouts constantly keeping an eye on, it is much easier to defend. So this is kind of mess. Right, let's go. Let's see what Zaman is doing. See how the sight lines they have. They can keep an eye on straight out of Nepal, right across the way. They've got this wide open space with hard cover, where everybody that comes up, it is wide open space. So, and it looks like that fight between the Panthers and the Shining Stars have started. Let's get on over here, find out what's happening. Slayer coming right up and trying to get those shots onto the Panthers. And we got Chima up into eliminations as the Panthers. And Rich Esports also coming right up and in to get into this third party. Chima and Slayer. They were able to get those teammates picked back up. Nate going down there. Here comes Jack coming out and around. Chima trying to get out of the spray as they come pushing right up and in. And they did lose zone. We are going down to the southern side this time of the logging camp. So now let's go Blacklist all the way across at that red 2-stack. So let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We are up here by these Milk the Power compounds. And we got him. Where did... Let's go. Alright, so Chima up to 4 eliminations. Did you just get rich, Esports? Let's go. Was that a 1v4? Did I miss it? Did I miss that, guys? If I missed it, Chima, I'm really sorry. GG's. Alright, so we got the artistic coming right up and in, pushing in now onto Team Entity. We got MVP trying to get that nade right up and in, and does he get the nade onto Hope? He does. He gets the nade onto Hope, and let's go. Let's see what Loston, is there any hope for Hope? Nope, there he goes. MVP going right up and in, taking down Hope. So now Loston is the last one still standing for Team Entity. And we still have the Artistics right next door with the Shining Stars ramping down. Oh, what a nade coming out that window by the MVP. All 4 of them from FML are still in this as there goes the Shining Stars right on out. Zayman, look at that. Zayman spotting that out, getting that elimination right in front of us. Let's go ahead and scroll on down straight out of Nepal, right up here in a fight with Unique Legacy. Spence going down, Unique Legacy still coming up and around. Shaheen right there. And XP3, no, XP3, who got you? XP3 does get Shaheen, but it is Team Control. Team Control is now coming right up and in behind it. And now we are down to just a duo of 4 straight out of Nepal. Here comes Falcon. Falcon on the push and trying to get those shots. And the General finds Wolfie. And so now right on over here, General trying to throw the smokes down as the Artistic are trying to third party right along this ridge line. The General trying to get the smoke down to get the sight lines off of it. As straight out Nepal gets straight over to the zone. And so now what else is happening? But I feel like Zig is going to be in some trouble now, because he does have Blacklist on one side, FML on the other. We still have Third Eye that needs to, there he goes, and it was Blacklist that was able to find him. We still have the Shining Stars all the way over in the factory. Youngest in Charge wrapping around. We've got Still Alive, not too far away from Youngest in Charge, so that might be our next fight. And let me see, we're down to the top 9 teams, and we do have Control coming right up and in. They're going to be able to come in on this ridge line, but then they're going to have to come in across the street. Not sure where they're going to go ahead and call home. That street can be really hard to navigate, especially with all the sight lines right across on top of you. And we're gonna push right up and in onto the Infinity Reapers. But the Infinity Reapers are also right up at the top. Let me see what's going on over here with the Infinity Reapers. We've got FML getting ready to push right up and in, and we also have Unique Legacy down at the other end. No Blacklist over here. Blacklist still trying to get on in. Player 3 going down. Gatron able to get him picked back up, but they gotta come in and across. We still have the fight going on between the Infinite. What a bank shot by the General. The bank shots. Look at all the smokes, all the nades trying to hold it off. And look at this. Here comes FML Vegeta on the spush coming right up and in. Vegeta with the look at this, trying to get the shots through the windows, trying to figure out where they are in the house. And right above him, there's a player standing right there. So now he is trying. It is from the Infinity Reapers. What a nade! What a nade! Who got you with that nade? It was Infinity Reaper Daddy. The Daddy with that nade. Let's check in on what kind of nades. Ooh, the Molly Daddy. Woo! So he's trying to get those bandies off, trying to get that heal up. And now the artistic MVP is the only one in the zone at the moment. We're down to just Jack Lord and Jack Lord. We still have the artistic MVP coming out and around, trying to get over into this third party, trying to get some of these points. Look at this. Zaman is the last one's coming right up and in onto Jack Lord. They are just a 1v1 in this house, and he gets found. He gets found by the MVP, coming right up and in. MVP right across. Jack Lord still trying to figure out where he is. That nade by the artistic onto Jack Lord. And we still have 3 teams in this, and we've got Chills across the way. So Chills, MVP, the 2 duos versus the Shining Stars. The Shining Stars still over in the factory, and there goes Chills. So now it is MVP versus the Shining Stars. Let me go ahead and let's get some aerial view, find out what we can see. Chima and Dylan across the way as the MVP, trying to get the sight lines. But look at this. The Shining Stars have the cliffside, so they've got the dips, they got the walls, and MVP is gonna work his way right around. And Chima being really smart with the smokes, making sure that sightline is covered because they are in zone, trying to keep an eye on where he is. And Dylan trying to figure out. Ooh! Now it's just down to Dylan now. So we got a 1v1, guys. We got Chima down. It is MVP versus Dylan for this third match of the UNA $1,000 gala. So who is it gonna be? Is it gonna be the artistic? Oh, I think he lagged out. Looked like he lagged out to me. The Shining Stars coming in first with 11 eliminations, 10 placement points, 21 total points for this third match tonight. We only have 3 remaining matches, so 21 points. That is really good, but we also have Rondo, the leaderboard shuffle match coming up. We'll have to see what's going to happen. Coming in second, the artistic with 8 eliminations. Coming in third eye with 3 eliminations. So GG's. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, and 16. Going all out. The artistic MVP. What a rotation. He was in zone, but he decided to take on the third party. Whoo! Fraggers doing what fraggers do best. MVP. We will be jumping with the MVP going into tonight's 4th match, 4 out of 6. So we only have 3 remaining matches. I'll be right back with the live scores in match number 4. I'll go ahead and put the contest rules up one more time. Be right back. Pushing in through from reality. Bangu also finding one for velocity up at the top. And here, oh, Bingo gets taken down by the duo, pushing right up and in on all of that. So let's check in on Samuel P. Are you over here? Nope, they are all up here. So now let's get on over here again one more time and find out what is happening. Hitch is the last one still standing for the Unholy as the Mollies are coming right up and in. What else is happening with the rest of the map? Let me show you the map screen since we have a minute. And, ooh, we got Team Control in a fight. Look at all of this that has happened over here in the temples. As soon as we turn our back on, we turned our back on the temples and the Team Control comes right up and in. Here comes Giovanni trying to get on the other side of Slay. Right on in there, and JPK finding Slay right on down, and we still have all four of them from Team Control in this, and we've only got a duo over in this area for the Blacklist. We have Kindness and Gengatron. So let's see. I think Gengatron may be the next one that Team Control is pushing. Oh, that nade right in front of him. Let's check in on Kindness. Kindness getting sandwiched. Team Control dominating as usual. They are such a team that knows how to work together. Always good to watch them. Alright, let's see what else is happening. And it looks like this is the main fight, but I do see Alpha Esports coming right up and in on top of Team Liquid. So let's do another side by side, give you an idea of what's happening right on down there. And what is happening over here with FML. Let's check in on the last match. Top Fragger coming up. Let's go. I see not too far away Team 7 Third Eye and the Unholy off in that background. Vegeta with that nade going right up and in. And so now reality. What is happening over here? Are you Mr. Plunger? I can't tell if that's you, Calicar. And we're down to just a solo. So now he's going to go ahead and call his teammates back. But the bad part is for these teams at this river. And this is a very significant river that is separating this zone. So we do have a lot of water in this zone, and it's significant because it's very hard to get in and across. So now let's check in on Team Liquid, and there's the bridge. You can see the water on both sides. That is a lot of water to get across if you have to turn around and go back. So we have to figure out which side the water is going to be on. We could go to Jadina City. It would be one of the first times that we get a really big city for Rondo. These maps usually like to find the flatlands. Looks like Third Eye is in that fight now. So let's see, where was Third Eye? Right on over here. FML. They're up to 9 eliminations. They are just a duo. I don't know if they have any more recalls, but we still have 56 players in this. So let's see. It looks like we got way up in the blue another cluster. These teams know that the blue is even more devastating on Rondo. They've got to get to the zone. They can't take these fights. So they're coming out of the temples, and all 4 of them are back in this. They are up to 5 eliminations, but they are coming in from this north side. This north side might be okay. Team Liquid right in the middle of the EMP zone, and we also have 942 that look like he was in the... Oh, he does get found by straight out of netball XP3. There he is, guys, right there on your screen. And it looks like we've got Zig coming up and around right over on the top. So Zig right here, finding out where Alpha Esports is all camped in. He's got those sight lines right on down on top of him. Our zone's getting ready to scroll, and the river once again is right in this zone. So we still don't know which side of the zone to be on. Will it be on the right, or on the west, or on the east side of this zone? Here comes the push by straight on the Paul into Alpha Esports. Let's see what's going on. Let me check in on the Huike. Huike throwing that molly right out onto. Ooh, and he gets molly right on back on top of him. So now he's going to try to heal right on up. And let's check out on Flora and Bones. Hello, Bones. You get straight out in the Paul. And FML coming in from the west. So Alpha Esports about ready to be a sandwich. The middle of the sandwich between FML, and I see that we also have Unholy wrapping down and around to the south. Bones is down to about 5 HP, and Hui K is back up onto his feet, but we still have straight out in the Paul here with FML pushing right up and in. Hui K waiting for the push from one of them, and look in your upper right hand corner. There is the Unholy just to the southeast of this, trying to third party this 3-team fight. So is that technically a 4th party? Let me know in the chat. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe to this brand new channel. You want to see more $1,000 tournaments? Come on, guys. Let's get them. So now, let's check in. Oh, right when I clicked on over. Oh, okay. Who is that came right up and in? I clicked over too soon. The Unholy does take off. And right when I clicked, Joey got taken out of the car on the bridge because the bridge is being bridge camped. Let's go. I think everybody's out of the blue. Let me go ahead and scroll on in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to match number 4 of the UNA GALA $1,000 finals. Are you ready to see the scores going into match number 4? Straight out of Nepal at 38 total points. Team Artistic up to 32. Team Entity at 29. Shining Star. Look how close these teams are. There's only a few points between these teams, considering we are going into... I thought we were going into Rondo, but maybe we're going into Miramar. I'm not sure now. Oh, it is Rondo. Alright, so this time we are jumping... Whoops. We are jumping with the Artistic MVP. 5 eliminations, 929 damage. He was in zone. He came out of zone to get into that third party, managing to get more points for his team. And what a play that was. So MVP on the screen, appropriately named, and there he is. We'll jump with him going into match number 4, Rondo. Alright guys, here we go. Let me get that map screen up there for you. Is it going to be chopsticks? Yes, it is. Double flight pass. We're coming in from the north going south, and from the west going east. We're the north to south, most likely jumping at the temples, in east or west to east, going over to the Neox factory. So we'll have to keep an eye on all of that. Let's go. Alright, let me go ahead and scroll on in. I see a couple of people already jumping off. Just this solos going up. We got Unique Legacy headed over to one of the recall centers. And we do have Velocity going to the stadium. I expect to see a lot of players jumping off at the Neox factory, and then a lot of players going off down here to Yulin. Look at this. We even have some from the east-west flight path. They are coming down to the temples. So MVP on his motorcycle, so keep an eye on him until the first zone pops, and then we'll get over to the temples as well. But right now we are over here in the Neox factory racetrack area. You can hear that Unique Legacy just landed, and youngest in charge right in front of MVP. Woo! MVP able to get that. We're going to the northeast. That is not where I expected this first zone to be. That is so toxic for a lot of these teams. So now let's see what's going on with. We got Straight Out of Nepal. Straight Out of Nepal is in first with 38 total points. So Falcon able to get. Did you just get in 1v4? I think Falcon just got a 1v4 on the screen. No, it's gotta be a 1v3, right guys? Gotta be a 1v3. Where is Falcon? He's got 2 eliminations. I thought I saw 3. MVP still coming out around. Look at the MVP. Oh, and he gets found. He gets found by who found you. It's gonna take a while for this to catch up to him, so let's go ahead and find out what is happening with the rest of it. It is S2G pushing right up and in onto him. So let me check in on the Papa. The Papa also a wicked fragger, so he is down to about 10 HP though, and here comes the artistic Bawa. Oh, does he go down? Reason goes down, and so now let's see what Bajwa, what are we doing? Oh, he's down to about 5 HP himself. Now he's getting pushed up on, and he does get found by, I think that was Papa on the outside. So now he does find War. Oh, look at the MVP. He was up to 3 eliminations. So now let's try to get back on over here and find out what's going on at the top of the Neox factory. So we got still alive. Failure. Helping around in a 1v2 on the rooftop of the Neox factory. And he's able, oh, what an S12 shot. Alright, so now, what else? I think that is it for the Neox factory. Very quickly cleared out. We still have the fights going on down in the Yulin temple. So let me go ahead and get the map screen up there for you guys. Give you an idea of where everyone is. And looks like we got them really spread out. Ooh, we do have a fight right on down here. We got Third Eye in a fight right here with Blacklist. Oh, Dark coming right up and in at the recall centers. They have, does Blacklist have any of their teammates still in this? Will they be? Yes, they do, but they're getting pushed up on over here by Rich Esports. Kindness trying to get on out of there. So let's see if Kindness can get down and through there over here at the temples. So they're coming down over by the pond. So now what else is happening? Looks like we've got a Nuxify over here in a fight as well with Nexus OB. Team Entity, Nexus OB. Oh, he's gonna... Oh, we find you right in that. Yo, what a spot for Nuxify. And Nuxify right there on that ridge line. So now he's going to be able to get that elimination. But here comes the rest of Entity, because Team Entity dropped right on top of him. And now Nuxify is stuck between all three of them. And hope with the chopper. Alright guys, what else is happening? We do have 3 teams back over here now. We still have the Shining Stars. We got S2G over here, and here comes Velocity over. Ooh, right into that spray. Guts. So now Gus is going to be able to heal up, but is he in the sight line of... Oh, Gus is able to take Reason down, but can Chima see you from across the way? That's what I need to know. So Guts, watch your back. Keep that back clear. And Papa! Guts is able to take out Papa, but here comes. Let's see. It looks like they're staying over there. We do have SS coming up and in, so they're still working their way in. They're going to go ahead and take over, so let's see what else is happening. JPK coming up and over the top. So now, let's check in on the Shining Stars. Chima, what you seeing over here? Chima, also not too far away from Xenon, the rest of Velocity. Plus, we have Team Control coming in from the top. Team Control taking over that ridgeline, getting the third party. Nuxify able to get up and out of there. Youngest in Charge also coming right up and in. Look at this. Eagle driving up and around. The Eagle may end up being seen by Team Control. Team Control usually takes over that hilltop right to the north side. Oh, that is not a place to park, Eagle. Not a place to park in our zone. Look at this. We're going all the way to the north. And even worse is the river. So if we go to Muhalpan, there is one bridge to get in and across. Unique Legacy coming in from that north side. All these teams need to start rotating in, because the blue zone in Rondo is nothing to play with. You can see we are only in zone 2, and our health would be going down a lot if he was not fully boosted already. The Artistic are in a fight. Let me see if I can figure out where they are at the moment. Oh, here they are, right over here. Let's see what's happening with the Artistic and the Panthers. The Panthers right up at the top. Let's see what's going on. The Panthers are down to just a duo at this point. So now they're just going to go ahead and try to get away and maybe be able to pull back one more or two more of their teammates. And look at this. We've already got Unique Legacy Center Zone. But the Youngest in Charge has XP3 coming up right behind him. Can you see them, XP3? Yes, he can. Oh, right there in front of him. XP3 is going to go ahead and take those shots over it now. What a spray out. What a spray out of that vehicle. GG XP3. Big fan. Alright, so now what else can I see? It looks like we've got the Artistic over here. Let's check in on MVPs. Already up to 4 eliminations. They're coming in from the southeast side of the zone, so they're going to be able to have most of this together, but we do have the Panthers right in front of them as well. We only have 32 seconds remaining, and now that these teams have moved in, I can scroll in a lot more for you guys, give you guys a better view of where your teams may be. If you have a team that you want to check in on, let me know. There's nobody at that north side, just so you know. It's all down from the south. The entire north side of the zone is completely clear. But we know that we're most likely gonna, yep, we're gonna go right over Muhalpan. So yeah, let's go. I see the drop right here in front of MVP. He might be able to get some better loot in there. So let's get into the action, see what I find out. I do see that we've got the, we do have right on down right in front of us coming in, still alive, but not too far away from Team Entity as well. Team Entity are gonna hear all of this and they're gonna try to come on in for the third party as well. Look at this, the MVP able to get another knock. MVP up to 5 eliminations now, and we do have Team 13 also coming right up from that south side. So we could have a few teams coming right into this compound. MVP kind of locked in over here with the vehicles right on the outside. The Panthers not too far away as all of these teams are working their way right up in. What is going on? The Infinity Reapers wrapping around to that north side. The Infinity Reapers coming in right into this compound right there above the U and the H, and I think that would be a good spot for them to come on in. All these teams coming in from the south, they're gonna have to fight Blacklist straight out of the hall. They are all gonna run right into each other coming in, and look at that. There we go. The Artistic able to hold it off, but then we do have a Rich Esport. Look at all these teams coming in from the southwest side. So now let's check in on Gangitron. Gangitron, I think, is watching straight out of Nepal rotation. Yes, they are. You can see it off in the background. They know which way straight out of Nepal are coming, and they're wrapping around the opposite direction. And look at Nade. Nade, I think, became a chicky nugget over here to S2G. S2G right at the top. Let's find out what's happening with S2G in our zone. Our zone goes right in and across. So now what is happening? Look at it. Look at this. So now I think Infinity Reapers have that whole north side of the zone. So we do have team control over by the river. Their backs are clear. Velocity does have an angle over onto team control. Yes, they found the general, but S2G is now coming up right behind Velocity as Velocity is getting ready to push up onto Falcon. So let's get on over to Team Control. Falcon. That's not even close enough. And look at this. Here comes Rich Esports right up and over to the top. Muhalpan is also getting filled with teams. We got SS over there. The Shining Stars, Unique Legacy, the Panthers. We have Team Entity, Blacklist. They are all coming up and around. But we've got Rich Esports that are coming up and onto this fight. Papa right across the way. Papa backing off because they are getting pushed by all of them. From Rich Esports, Blacklist not too far away up in those hills. So now, let's go ahead and scroll on in. Ooh! Now we're getting some points over here. Papa going down. Papa is right here on the edge of zone. If his team can get to him, they might be able to get picked back up. The General, are you back up on your feet? Yes, the General is up on his feet. He's able to find Rich Esports right when we switched over onto him. He knows where Papa is, and we do have, he just saw another one coming out of that shack as well. So over by that shack, I think that was 22 by 9 right there. Look at that. The General taking all those shots right across. And now the Artistic are also in a fight. Let me see where the Artistic are. Man, our zone's getting ready to pop again. The Artistic, I don't even see them anymore over here. I'm not sure where they are. Ooh, straight on the paw. Came right up and in. Straight down to Paul, taking over the spot where I called out earlier, right by that U of Muhalpin. Alright, I think Zig, I'm going to go over to Zig because I feel like he is in that good position. I think that is going to be a good position for Straight on Nepal. Straight on Nepal may win this one. One more time, guys. Let me know in the chat if you agree or disagree. But I like this position, but they are getting pulled up on now by Team Control. So Falcon, what you gonna do? Are you gonna push right up and in onto Straight out of Nepal? We do have to get up and get JPK picked back up. Straight out of Nepal. Look at this there. We do have Wolf making sure their backs are clear. He knows that Team Control are coming up right behind him. So we still have the fight down here in Muhalpin. So I just clicked on him, but we lost him. Blacklist now has to push across the river. They gotta push across the river into Unique Legacy. So Unique Legacy should be getting pulled up on fairly quickly. Now Falcon, hurry up and get out of that blue zone. Rich Esports going out to the zone right at that edge of zone, and it looks like he's gonna go ahead and wrap down and around. I think if he goes right in over there, it might end up on top of Velocity. Yes, he is. He should see Velocity down below. And let's go ahead and put that iPad up there so you guys can get an idea of what's happening. The Panthers are also right. Oh, Velocity finding them. And now we do have Unique Legacy pushing right up and into Blacklist. Let's go over here to what is happening with Unique Legacy and the fight over here with Blacklist. As Velocity is coming up right behind. So now Blacklist getting sandwiched between Unique Legacy and Velocity. Straight out of Nepal right there in that zone, that perfect zone around the U. Right around that U, and they are uphill in that position. I think this might be another Straight out of Nepal. They have got the positioning, they got the gun skills, they've got the sight lines to defend, but they still have 3 teams to defend all this against. Can they do it, chat? Can they hold off the push by the different teams? They've got Third Eye coming up from the west, Unique Legacy coming up from the southeast, and we still have Team 3 Velocity coming in behind the 2 teams pushing up onto Straight out of Nepal. XP3 up to 9 eliminations already. And oh, Velocity does push into zone, and they push right in, and so now Kaiser has got to move. He cannot stay out this long in zone. He's gonna go out to zone. There he goes. You just can't do it that long. Let me try to get some of the sky view for us, guys. Straight out of Nepal. I still think they are going to get this last map. Let's go. Ooh, we got Sig and Spence both going down. Unique Legacy trying to come up and over. XP3 trying to hold them off. And we do have Zig down. Spence is trying to throw the smokes. We got Wolf. Oh, Wolf trying to stay out of the fire. Unique Legacy coming right up and in. Look at the nades going off the big old flowers. Ooh, Mariello, the last one still standing. Now for Unique Legacy. Can he hold off? XP3 so hot at the moment. Up to 10 eliminations. We got Spence trying to wrap down and around his Spence. Gonna come right up and over into... Oh, he does come right up and over. So now let's see. We do have a duo. We have a duo for Unique Legacy, guys. I did not see that. Wolf is right over here still. XP3 still trying to get in. Marioso on fire, down to about half health, and he is still pushing right up and over the ridgeline. We do have Haaland right on down below Marioso. Marioso now has been knocked. The nade coming right up and over. I'm trying to click over. Come on, click. There we go. And XP3 pushing right up and over. He's able to get Mario. So now Haaland is now on fire. That Molly hit him. XP3 still being super aggressive. And look at this. They are coming up and around right behind him. Haaland just going back and forth, trying to stay behind the hard cover. He's got the full hard cover right behind him, but now here comes the blue. And Zig finishing that one off. Straight out of Nepal, coming in first with 18 eliminations, 10 placement, 28 total points for Straight Out of Nepal for this one match over in Rondo. Anything can happen, guys. Anything can happen in Rondo. Coming in second, Unique Legacy with 5 eliminations. And coming in third, Velocity with 9 eliminations. Did I mention XP3 with 10 of those eliminations? Ooh, out of the 18 GGs. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15. And 16. Going all out, Straight Out of Nepal. XP3, 10 eliminations, 1,337 damage. GG. So when we come right back, we will have the live scores going into match 5. We have 2 matches remaining of the UNA $1,000 gala. They are running a contest. I hope you guys are getting your comments over into the Discord server at least, and I will put the contest rules up on the screen one more time, and I will be right back in just a little bit now to find out, are we going to the east or the west of this bridge? And we're going to the east side. So all these teams on the west side have to get across that river. And these teams are 3 of them right here as we are watching this fight. You can see over here in this area, the elimination feed is very quiet. So we're going to stay here while this is happening. And I'll go ahead and keep that map down at that lower right to give you an idea where your teams are at. Alpha Judo and XP3 taking them out, but ooh, Straight Out of Nepal up to 7 eliminations, 4 of those from XP3. But now Straight Out of Nepal has to get across this bridge. And I'm not sure how they're going to do it because the bridge is down here. They've got a land bridge over here. And they've got all these teams already gatekeeping the land bridge. Look at Tempest. Tempest set up over here. Velocity set up over here. Tempest on both sides of the land bridge. We also have Blacklist coming across. Look at this. They're going to go straight across the bridge. Straight across the bridge, and there's no one down here. They're going to end up not too far away from Mafia, so they got it pretty good over here. Blacklist is going to have to figure out what they're going to do. Let's check in out what they decided. They're going to go ahead and swim across. Look at that. But they know that Velocity is up there taking the shots over at Tempest. Let's check in on a Nuxify. You know what Nuxify is in the middle of this. Blacklist is trying to... Oh, that hitbox on that vehicle. So now here comes Tempest pushing up on the Nuxify. Nuxify getting ready to throw those nades right up and over. Skabot going all the way down. Let's see what Body is doing over here. Trying to push right up and in. And Liquid in a fight with Straight on the Ball. We got Team Control in a fight with Rich Esports. So all the chaos is happening in our zone. Goes further to the east. Let me show you the zone as Bot is trying to push up on the duel. There it is. So Bot gets, look at this, they're up to 6 elimination. Bot gets the car delivery, DoorDash delivery. Liquid Neon over here also in a fight with Team Hype. We also had Team Control, JPK over here. JPK is a solo now, but he just got into a fight over on the far eastern side. And they're still pushing up and around. We got Team Liquid in a fight with Team Hype right in front of them. We got Blacklist and Velocity Player 3 fighting from Blacklist, finding one of them from Velocity. As Neon is trying to also get some of those shots, and you can see that JPK trying to do his best to get across into zone, getting gate cut from that north side. And you can see that Team 9, the Kabooters, are trying to make life very difficult for JPK. So the Kabooters are in zone. And who is coming up behind JPK? It is Third Eye, Rich Esports. Right over in here. That is Rich Esports. Let's check in on what they're doing. So now here comes the push by Liquid, coming right up in. Oh, there goes the last of. I think that's a Blacklist. It is all happening so fast as we're just trying to keep up with everything that is happening. We still have 5 teams in the 17 players, but the shots have not stopped. A little bit of lag, guys, just a little bit. Let's check in on Rich Esports Deep. He is up to 5 eliminations, 13 total eliminations for Team Rich Esports. And oh, look at that, it gets that nade right up and over that hill onto Nuxify. Nuxify's on that backside. We still have Guts and SK Bot on the other side. Deep still throwing the nades up and over right into the smoke. Can he get another knock? And then we are over here by the Sakura trees. And look at this, we got Kunjan coming out and around. They did bring the Doritos down, and we got Kunjan. Oh, and there goes Velocity out to Rich Esports. Rich Esports is now up to 16 eliminations. So now let's go ahead and scroll on in as we're still pushing into the zone. And look at Kunjan, he is just trying to wrap down and around. We got the Kabooters that have to come on in, and Liquid. We got Team Liquid also have to push up, but Liquid has to pay attention to the Kabooters, but they are now getting really close. So let's go. Let's see if we can get some sky view of the zone. You can see the Sakura trees. We got a mound. Man, the Kabooters are pushing out of that compound now. Let me go ahead and put put the big map. Oh, we got the push coming right up and in. Let's see if I can get on over to Kunjan as he pushes right up into the middle of it. It is just up to Slay. Slay is the last one still standing. So now it is Liquid Esports versus the Kabooter. Slay is on that side. You can see that we got the Kabooters coming in, Furious going down, putting right there on that ridge line down to about 20% health. And now here comes the rest of Liquid Esports. Look at all the hardcover they had right behind them is now there. Oh, I think we're down to just, oh, we do have 3 teams. Hello everyone and welcome back. Oops, wrong screen. Welcome back to match number 5. We are headed into Miramar with the Una $1,000 Gala tournament. Are you guys ready to see these scores? Coming in first, straight out of Nepal, jumping up to 66 total points. Team Artistic in second with 45. Blacklist at 37. Team Legacy and Team Entity both tied at 34 points. And now this time we're going to be jumping with straight out of Nepal XP3, straight from Brazil, PMSL to your screen. 10 eliminations, 1,337 damage. So let's get down to straight out of Nepal. Find the XP3. There he is, right here in Team 17 and on the map screen as well. Now, is the flight path gonna let them drop down into Impala? And are they gonna drop with like unique legacy? I feel like that's what I feel like is gonna happen. We'll have to see. All right, so they got a long way to go. So they're coming in from that very northeast compound. I have never been in that compound, guys. If you've been up there, let me know what it even looks like. I've never seen it. And we're coming down between Crater Fields, El Pozo, Monte Nuevo Power Grid, going just over the Chumacera Church and dumping off over by Partona. So we've got Velocity over at the ruins. We got Unique Legacy going up to La Cabarilla. We already know that Unique Legacy loots fast and they get out of there really fast. So we'll have to see where they rotate down and through. We've got the Panthers headed over to San Martin with Team Entity. And let's see who else is over there. We also have FML going over there as well. So we've got S2G. Ooh, San Martin is going to be the hot spot. This map straight out of Nepal, headed over towards the northern side of Las Leon. But we've got a lot of teams headed down to Las Leon. We've got Third Eye, the Shining Stars, the Infinity Reapers, and Blacklist. So Las Leon is going to be crazy too. Partona has 2 teams as well, still alive, and the Artistic. So they are right down there in Partona. Look at this first. Look at the first zone all the way over on the right side. And I completely missed that. Let's get on over here and find out what's happening in San Martin, because all these teams are right here on top of each other. We are down to just May 11th over here for the Panthers. The Panthers right here with Team Entity on top of them. They also have S2G behind them. And we also have, the drop shot. But Team Entity, they are up to 4 eliminations. We lost in, and I'm not sure which player was able to get them. It must have been one of the Panthers. But we have FML across the street, so Team Entity's going to have to watch their helmets through those windows. And S2G, we've got that fight going on down in Barcelona. So let's head on down to Barcelona, because I just saw there goes Failure out to the MVP for the artistic. So let's stick with him for just a second while I check in on our map. See what else is happening. Straight out of Nepal. Should be really happy that they've got Impala. So I feel like we might have Impala in that zone for a few zones. But let's see what's happening down here in Las Leones. So Las Leones, we do have Blacklist, Third Eye, and the Shining Stars right on top of each other. Where are they? Ooh, we do have one knock from a Team Entity. And look at this. The Infinity Reapers are not that far away either. Ooh. MVP up on this rooftop with all these angles right on down, but he is now getting pushed up on by Pass. Pass is right down below him. MVP checking his back. I like seeing that. He's closing the door. Open the door, close the door. Open the door, close the door. All right, they're going to go ahead and go down. Let me go ahead and show you how close the 4 teams are over on the western edge of Leones. So MVP did come into Barcelona as a trio this time. He does have 2 eliminations, but 604 did get knocked, and he is still trying to stay away from the push from the still alive team. So he's opening the door again. All right, so S2G and FML in that fight. Where is S2G and FML? So there goes 604, and MVP is now getting pushed up on. They are coming up and around him, and so Kaiser and Third Eye and Shining Stars are also in a fight. Let's see what's happening right on over here, as we do have the Infinity Reapers still pushing right up and around. We've got Blacklist over on that eastern edge of Leones. So what is going on down here? Chima going down to the western industrial side of Leones. Dark gets found. Dark is found by Daddy from the Infinity Reapers, and I'm not sure where Daddy is positioned, all the way behind. And there goes MVP. So Chills is up on top of the rooftop. Here comes Chima. Chima, I think, decided to turn around and go back. Let me go ahead and put this. Yeah, Chima is going out that side. There's nobody over in that water, so I'll go ahead and scroll that over. Let me put the map back. Oh, here they come again. And now Bajwa trying to hold off the push. He is the last one still remaining for the artistic. Oh, Bajwa finds Sundal. So now, right on down below. Is he going to push on down? He does get that elimination. So now here comes Pass coming right up and in. And I think we are down to 1v1 situation. And Bajwa is able to get that at the expense of 2 of his teammates. So let's get on over here. We do have the fight up in here. Let's check in on S2G. This is right over here with FML. You can see up in the upper right hand corner, we are in zone over in this longhouse. So S2G Reason out driving around, and we also have 22x9 keeping an eye on everything as well. So let's see what's going on the rest of it. Third Eye is still getting pushed up on by the Infinity Reapers, and Blacklist are also coming in onto the Infinity Reapers over in Leones. So they are starting to wrap up and around, but look at the mini map up in the upper right hand corner. S2G, we do have one that's off on that on the off angle to try to get that coverage. Look at that all the way. 22 by 9 across the way. Papa with the nade over. Oh, War right there does have that angle over onto FOG Fog for some reasons coming right up and is able to find them. And so FML, I believe that is all 4 of them taken out because we are now up to 4 eliminations. But the blue zone's coming in. And Team Entity coming in from the top. Team Entity getting into position. Look right up at the top. So I think that's Apollo with all these angles right on down onto him. It looks like Team Entity's going to go ahead and leave that third party and head on down. Blacklist is leaving Leones. So let's see what else is happening. We still have Bajwa coming out of Barcelona. And we might see a fight over here between Team Control and Rich Esports. I see Chima coming up behind straight out of Nepal. So Wolf up on the cliffs, the mountain goat, making sure that his back is clear, is going to have to really watch out for that. So let's head on over, find out what is happening. How close are they? It does look like they're starting to push in. Let's check in on Legend for the Infinity Reapers. Legend going through the dirt pile. So let's go. So the Infinity Reapers coming up and in onto Third Eye. Third Eye, I believe, are down to just a duo now. They did get 3 eliminations. Let's check in. Yeah, we did. We are a duo. But Blacklist is getting closer and closer. Daddy has that angle. Is going to be able to see Kaiser right through that window. He just saw Kaiser. Kaiser, keep your head down. And look at this. We lost the zone for the Infinity Reapers and Third Eye. But zone is just basically across the street. Legend. I think that was Legend taking those shots. And 6 by 9. Who is that? 6-9. Yes, it is. They're trying to get the shots right in as Legend comes. Oh, but he does get found, and we are now down to just Kaiser. Kaiser now trying to push right up and in onto the Infinity Reapers. He knows that they're hurt. Oh, 2 of them. He's going to be able to get 2 of the Infinity Reapers. So now the Infinity Reapers are down to just Daddy across the way on that rooftop. And we still have Blacklist paying attention to everything that's going on over here in Leones. So now let's go. I still think Control and Rich Esports might find each other. But let's see what else is happening. We do have Elastic working their way out of the ruins area, so they're coming on down. And let me check in on Control, because I really think Control and Rich Esports are about ready to start fighting. Rich Esports, look at that. I think that's Jat down below, down to 1 HP. Let me check in on him. Yes, Jat trying to come on through, and I don't see any meds at all for Jat. So Jat's going to have to really be careful pushing through Control. But it looks like they made their way. They headed over towards that La Padita area. And we do have several solos right along this edge of the western side of Leones. So we've got 3 solos over there. And Unique Legacy is now coming in onto the solo from the Shining Star, straight out of Nepal, still holding down this Impala area. Here comes S2G. So I think XP3 might see S2G across the way. We also have Team Entity coming in from the graveyard all the way across the way. They may end up in the lap of Control as well. So Team Control is kind of in a position where if they go straight, they're going to run into three pretty significant teams. Let's check in on that bad mofo. I do see Team Entity coming in, but we also have S2G not too far away, so we'll see what happens. Our zone's getting ready to pop. Let me go ahead and put this map screen up there and find out where our zone is going. We're still over by Impala, so we still have... Ooh, we got the Shining Stars in Impala. We've got Unique Legacy. Unique Legacy may be able to stop Velocity from coming in onto that zone. So let me show you again really quickly where all these teams are. Let me know in the chat if you've got any teams that you want to check in on. So let's go guys. I do think S2G and Team Entity are about ready to get into a fight. Let's get over there, find out what's happening. And Nexus OP also see straight out of Nepal across the way. Spence is pretty far away from home in that longhouse compound. Nexus OP knows that they're right on over there. S2G across the way as well, paying attention. Hello, Papa. Alright, so we do have Blacklist coming in behind Chat. So, let's see. Oh, yes, it is. They're starting to heat up, guys. We're starting to close in around these players. Now, let me know in the chat where you think we're going to go. Are we going to go? I feel like we're still going to be around this Impala area. I don't know why I feel that way, guys, but it's just the way it is. And let's see what's going on. I just saw Velocity get a knock, and I think they're getting ready to do a push down onto Team Entity, and we've already lost and so now here comes the Velocity coming right up and in. You can see a Nuxify. You know a Nuxify has his sniper. Here comes Xenon on the push right up and in, getting covered from the other side. Oh, Xenon, let's check in out Bot over here. It looks like Bot and Gus are coming in as a duo, but they did get out of the range of a Nuxify to cover. You can see that a Nuxify, you can hear a Nuxify taking those shots right in the cross, so Bot's trying to get those shots up onto Hope. And now, let's go, because we still have Team Entity. Hope going down for Team Entity. Straight out of Nepal, not too far away. So now, let's see what's going on with Nexus. Apollo down to 1 HP. Oh! What a nade! That nade came right at our screen. And so now Apollo is the last one still standing. Here comes Nuxify, and Nuxify now coming right up and in Apollo. Apollo trying, I think he's giving up, guys. I think he's trying to deny those points. Throwing those nades right on down below, and he does get found by Guts. Running right in that wide open space, and now we do have that fight between S2G, Control, and Rich Esports. I thought they were going to run into each other over here. General, are you the last one still standing? Yes, you are. So now we got the S2G over here in a fight with Rich Esports. And we do have Slay up on that ridge line. Ooh, we got Kaiser across the way too. Kaiser trying to get the shots over onto Rich Esports as they're pushing in onto this area. And now look at this. We pulled away from Impala. We're going out to the wide open fields minus Generales, La Petita, and Impala. So let's go. Unique Legacy getting pulled up on. Let's get over to that fight before we miss the fight. And is there Unique Legacy on here? No, we gotta get on over here. Unique Legacy in a fight with Velocity. Shaheen up on this ridge line. We do have the skipper taking some shots right up and in as Velocity comes up and takes over the print shot. And Bot right here trying to get, and Bot is able to get the skipper. Let's check in on Marioso. Marioso was a top fragger tonight, so now Marioso throwing the smokes, trying to get over to the skipper. We also have Shaheen knocked, and it looks like Velocity is also busy trying to get those Ruses off. Ooh, somebody coming right up and around. I think that is Guts that's coming in, but straight out of Nepal, not too far away from all of this. And I think Shaheen does get picked back up. Let's see, where is Shaheen? Shaheen is down below Guts. So Guts is right up on top of this ridgeline as there goes straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal, driving not too far away from him. Are we going to pull back to this compound? Straight out of Nepal. No, we have left this compound too. We're going over to the Balapadita. So now these things are really going to have a rough time. We do have the fight going on over here between Velocity and Unique Legacy. And I think that is it for Unique Legacy. Velocity up to 7 eliminations. So let's see, can the Infinity Reaper's daddy get into this zone? We also have a solo over here by Blacklist. Let's get over to Blacklist and find out what we can see. He knows that they're not too far away. Look at this. He's pointing them out right across the way. That is a solo. And there goes Chima out to Kindness. And we still have Bajwa not too far away across the street. Bajwa also has to move in, and I think the rest of Blacklist is getting ready to pull up because they were pointing them out, and they do not want the teams behind them. Look at that. Yep, here they come on to Bajwa. It is Maz. I'm not sure what to call him. And we still have we still have the Infinity Reapers. The Infinity Reapers have got to make a move. So I'm not sure where the Infinity Reapers are going to be able to move from this position. So this position is really difficult to get out of, even with the vehicle. We are over here by the parting of the Red Sea, looking straight out Nepal, taking over the parting. There we go. So now the Blacklist are trying to come right up and around by Zig. And Blacklist Maz is coming right up behind him, but Bajwa's also on the backside. We have 5 teams remaining. Straight out of Nepal, one more time, dominating this map. We have four teams left, and let's get on over to Guts. It looks like Guts is getting pulled up on over here by straight out of Nepal and the Blacklist. So he's got all 3 of these teams right on top of him. Let's get on over to Blacklist, find out what's happening, as we do have Velocity driving up and around, and there goes Blacklist, and now it is Velocity again straight out of Nepal, and we still have Bajwa across the street to the back of Zig. So at any time Bajwa could get found, and Bajwa does get found. He gets found by a Noxify with the sniper all the way across onto this side. So now let's go ahead and get the sky view up here. And Noxify still taking all those shots across. Let's get over onto Noxify. See what he can see with that sniper action. And he's got XP3 right in his sights. And XP3 is center zone. Bot trying to pull up and around, trying to get him to get out of that. Get out of his hard covers so that Noxify has a chance to take those sniper shots. We still have a 3v3. We are down to the final 2 teams. We've got straight out of Nepal versus Velocity, and Nuxify has got to get into zone. There goes a Nuxify to the zone. So now it is a 3v2 bot over here in the smoke, trying to keep Zig from coming up, and then Guts over here trying to stay out of the range from XP3 with all those nades coming right up and over. We have Wolf going, driving out and around. Guts running side to side, trying to see around his smokes right up and over. So, oh, the mollies pushing Guts out and around. We do have, Guts finds Wolf. XP3 is right here behind the rock. Can XP3 find Guts? Oh, XP3 is getting sandwiched. This could be a velocity game. Oh, Guts gets found, so now it's just up to Bot. Bot is coming right up and behind. Oh, and there goes the run over. The seat swap. Alright. Straight out of netball, coming in first with 4 eliminations. Coming in second, Velocity. Guts with 9 of the 12 eliminations. GG Guts. Coming in at third, The Artistic with 4 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15. Going all out. Velocity. Guts, 9 eliminations, 1,266 damage. Alright, when I come right back, we will be going into tonight's final match of the $1,000 GALA. So, be right back. I was going to put the contest rules up, but I think you guys have already seen those. I will have the scores going into tonight's final match. Be right back. Teams, I read that wrong, guys. Read that wrong. So let's see where's the Rich Esports is in the middle of that. I'm sorry, Rich Esports. So now the Cabooters versus, I think, is it just you putting let me see. No, we do have another one. We got Furious as well. So let's see. They are trying to work their way in. Oh, they run over. And so now it's just Furious. Oh, that 1v4 at the end. Liquid Esports coming in first with 12 eliminations, 10 placement, 22 total points for Liquid Esports. Right behind, and JPK is able to get 924. And oh, that nade took a team control down, and Hui K coming up and around. So now JPK right on this backside. It is down to Hui K versus JPK and team control. Team control. Oh, we're not going to say we saw that, guys. We're not going to say anything about that unfortunate nade. All right. I know that Mr. Geo Money, the general, is going to be saying something right about now. Let's go over to Team Hype and find out what is going on with Levels, because Levels does have the finest. The finest is right to that north side. Look at that bad fella coming up right on top of them. Levels can see that. They are in the blue. They've got to find that vehicle. So let's see if the finest is going to go ahead and move on back. Let's check in on what the finest are doing for my YouTube chat. YouTube, do not forget to hit like and subscribe for the new Una channel. Alright, so it looks like they're just rotating down and around the southern side of the zone. Let me put this map screen up there, guys, so that you guys can see it a little better. They are starting to move away from that eastern edge, and there's nobody on this western side at all. You can see that we are still going from El Pozo down to Chumacera around the San Martin area. There you go. Give you an idea where your teams might be. It does look like the southern side of zone is extremely active compared to that north side. No one is in the north side. No one is up there. So we've got from the center down to the south. All 11 teams remaining are crushed into the southern side. Let's get back into the fights now, see if we can find out what is happening. Let's head on over to Dark. You can see that velocity is not that far away. We know that somebody is taking those shots. Is that you and Nuxify? Ooh, and Nuxify. He does have his sniper, and he is deadly with his sniper, taking those shots over at Third Eye. His Third Eye are trying to come on down. Look at that. I bet he's missing that cheek pad. It is bouncing pretty hard. Alright, so velocity, he's still trying to get those shots over onto Kaiser. Look at that, right across the way. Doesn't look like Kaiser's getting any of that damage, but you know his vehicle is. So, 6'9", headed up, let's see, there goes Dark. They're all headed right up and around. They're just going to go ahead and wrap further around. They do have to get on over there, and they do have Team Hype coming up behind them. And they have the finest going right on past all of that. Let's check in on what SK Bot is doing from above. It looks like Bot trying to get that spray with the M249. Look at that prone spray, and here comes the rest of his team to try to get some of those shots over onto him as his Third Eye is wrapping down to that southwest. Alright, so now let me see what else I can see. It looks like we might have a fight over here with Rich Esports. Rich Esports in a fight with Team 11, the finest, and Team 13. Team 13 is also coming wrapping down and across. Look at this. Here comes the finest, who is right over in the compound. Let's check in on Bad Fella in the buggy, trying to get over to the compound, over just to this. Oh, Sharon gets found and gets taken down. Third Eye is still having trouble trying to wrap down and around, and it does look like Velocity might be chasing behind him, trying to get these shots still. SK Bot with that M249 putting a lot of damage onto these vehicles. The nice thing about this monster truck is taking out these tires is not an easy thing to do compared to like the buggy that'll spin out when you sneeze. Alright, let's go back over to Rich Esports as here comes Team 3 right up and around. Let's find out what's happening with Team 3. Team 3 taking over the barns just to the north side of that Chumacera church, and we are centering around Monte Nuevo, and Dark is still trying to come right up and in with Velocity. Velocity is still chasing him down. They know that Dark is having very many mechanical issues. Let's get on over to Rich Esports, because now here comes the finest up and around, but Slade does have an off angle over into where, oh, Bad Fella, look at this up in your upper right hand corner. The finest came down right below Liquid Esports, and Rich Esports. So now Liquid is coming down, and Kunjan is paying attention to where they are coming down and in on top of each other. We are in stage 3. We only have a minute left, and look at this. Nuxify able to get one of the cabooters with that SLR. So now we do have Alpha Esports up on that ridge line as well, taking the shots down on Liquid. So we've got all downhill. We do have several teams right on top of each other. Let's go. Let's see what else is happening. One of them gets knocked from Team 15. So Kunjan now is by himself. So let's see what I can find out down here. And it is Kunjan that got knocked. Kunjan, the anchor in zone. The rest of his team need to get on over here, and we know that Velocity was making it really difficult for the rest of his team to get there. But they're not that far away. They might be able to, look at this, here comes the rest of his team. They should be able to get here and get him picked back up. And let's go over to Liquid. Liquid in a rough spot because they have all these teams right on top of them, but they did find some hard cover in Monte Nuevo, in center zone, but they do have all these teams all the way wrapping around them. They've got Blacklist. You can see right on the screen, we got Velocity up here, so we've got teams coming into Monte Nuevo. Look at the map, guys. We still have the fight that's going over on the side of that hill. Plus, we have the teams coming in. Third Eye was able to get away from Velocity, and it looks like we got a crash right on over here. Let's find out what is happening as we got Team Hype coming right up and in onto Rich Esports. Jack coming. Ooh! Jack finishing that off in fast way with. Hello everyone and welcome back. We are headed into tonight's final match of the UNA $1,000 Gala. Here are the scores going into tonight's final match. We have Straight Out Nepal at 80 total points. Team Artistic 54, Blacklist 42, Third Eye 41. This is a $1,000 prize pool. We have seen 20 points come out of Miramar more than once, so anything can happen. And for tonight's final match, we're jumping with Velocity Guts, 9 eliminations, 1,266 damage. So there is your last match, Top Fragger. Tonight's final flight path, final MVP that we will be jumping with. And we will have the unofficial scores at the end of this match, so stick around. Let me get that map screen up there. We've got a flight path coming in from Prison Island going up to the Oasis. So we're going over by Monte Nuevo, the Power Grid, Chumacera, La Drilla. We've got Crater Fields, Water Treatment, La Cabarria, Oasis at that northern side. So we've got all sorts of the western edge zone. Look at how far west we are on this flight path. We only have a few minutes left. This is tonight's final match. Straight Out of Nepal has quite a lead, but we've seen some crazy good scores coming out of these matches. So anything can still happen, guys. Let me know in the chat if you think anybody can take over the lead from Straight Out of Nepal. Let's see, Straight Out of Nepal down by Patona. Not too far away from the Infinity Reapers. We got Third Eye. Rich Esports, Blacklist, they are all right down here by Straight Out Nepal. We have two teams in Monte Nuevo. Nobody jumping with velocity, so let's get on over to Monte Nuevo and wait for that first zone to go off. And oh, Team Control already in a fight. Infinity Reapers in a fight with Third Eye. Team Control are the ones over here in Monte Nuevo. And I did miss who it was. It might have been the bad mofo right up here. And look at that. Our zone is northwest, so we still have La Gabaria all the way up at the very northern side. Guts, that just right on that edge. And so we do have Straight Out Nepal wrapping up and around. They're going to have that whole eastern side all to themselves. We got Falcon. Falcon has been knocked. Oh! BMF gets knocked, so now we're down to just the General. The General is the last one still standing, trying to come up and in. He's only got a UMP, an S12, level 1 gear, and here comes the Shining Stars. The Shining Stars trying, all 4 of them trying to push right up and in onto him, and there they go. Dylan with 3 of those eliminations onto Team Control. Let's see what's happening with Still Alive and Team Entity. Hello, Lost In. So let's go. It looks like they're going to just go ahead and loot up. We do have Team Entity on this far western edge, but we also have the Artistics over in the Hacienda del Patron. We got Velocity all up in here by the Oasis, Toramunda, and Luxified down below. Unique Legacy, they've got all of La Cavalria to themselves. And ooh, what happened over here? Third Eye right over here in another fight with Blacklist. Third Eye and Blacklist both taking over this Leones area. We did lose 6-9 right in here with, or is that C-9? 6-9. Let's check in on who was able to get that elimination. It was not any of them from Blacklist. So I'm not exactly sure who got that elimination. Straight Out Nepal, they're going to be able to loot all the way up and around. They may come into that minus Generalis area. We'll have to see what Straight Out Nepal does. But we do have the Artistic that are already out, and they're moving along through those Hacienda del Patron farm areas. They've got that whole western or eastern side of the map to themselves, so we'll have to see if anything happens along that way. The Infinity Reapers down in not a great spot to get loot, but they do have Rich Esports Kunjan keeping an eye on them. I'm not sure if Kunjan is trying to find him or if he's just looking for a vehicle. It's hard to know, but we do have 2 teams on top of each other. Team Entity with the Still Alive, and we've got Third Eye down here with the Blacklist in Leones. So maybe Straight Out Nepal will come and try to get some of these third party onto these teams, you know, where Control always sets up along this cliffside. We'll have to see what's going on with that, or they could just come up into zone and hold on to their tremendous lead. Most of these teams are in the zone already. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that are out. We only have 12 teams in here. We did lose Team Control to SS over here in Monte Nuevo. So they've got plenty of time to loot up and do what they need to do. They are in zone. So it's gonna be a while before we see any real action. It looks like Third Eye pulled away from blacklist, and oh, the artistic may come into the, why is that switched? Let's get that back over there. There we go. Don't know why that was switched. Alright, so we do have Still Alive over here, and let's check in on Entity Loston, because I feel like he's gonna end up, yes, he already knows that they've got Team Artistic right above him, so Loston's getting all that information right on down below. But now Loston is kind of stuck in this barn. This barn is really hard to get out of, especially if they're getting watched from the teams down in San Martin and the team at the top of the hill. So let's go over to MVP. We've seen him a few times. Let's see what he's doing. It doesn't look like he's got the greatest loot, but he does have the sight lines down onto Team Entity and the Still Alive team. So I'm worried about Loston out of all the players that are down in San Martin, because Loston does have players right on top of them. MVP already scoping out all the compounds down in San Martin. So I'm not sure. Maybe Team Entity will wrap around and come up and take down the artistic at the top, and Loston may be able to get out of there. I'm not sure where Team Entity wrapped. They are wrapping to that north side. Ooh, we got a fight over here though. We got Unique Legacy right here on top of S2G. Papa coming right up and in onto Shaheen. Shaheen right. Ooh, Papa getting taken down by Shaheen. Shaheen up here on the Mount Kilimanjaro. That's not what I meant to do. Shaheen going down. Highland right over here. Let's go with Mario. So as Unique Legacy are still pushing right up and in onto S2G. S2G came up into the Unique Legacy team. So we do have 22/9 back up onto his feet. And let's see what else is happening with over here. Papa back up to his feet, as well as Unique Legacy is trying to throw the nades right up and through the smokes that Papa is laying down in front of him. Papa with the dead level 1 vest is out of throwables except for the two smokes remaining, and the skipper right there in front of him. He's trying to point him out. He's got the JS9 coming right up and over the top of this, and skipper right there in front of him. And the Papa finding him. So Reasons from above is able to get to the elimination. Team Entity coming down and around. And there goes Unique Legacy out to S2G. Look at all the teams that are coming into San Martin. We do have Velocity coming down. We've got Blacklist coming in. The Infinity Reapers coming in through Chumacera. We still have straight out of Nepal there coming on in. They're gonna, if they go to Minas Generalis, they'll run into Third Eye. Looks like everybody is coming into San Martin. So the big fight at the moment, San Martin, with four teams over here and more on the way. So let's see. Did Loston get out of the barn? No, he did not, because that barn is so incredibly difficult to get out of. And up in the western edge of San Martin, we have Still Alive pulling up onto Team Entity. Nexus OP up to 2 eliminations already, so they were able to clear out the yellows, but they still have Still Alive up at the top of the hill, and we do have the artistic at the on Radio Tower Hill, sorry, and we still have these. Who is taking those shots? It is right up here. Yes, it is. It is MVP. MVP does try to get into the third party. He has figured out that Team Entity is over in the yellows. Loston is still stuck in the barn right down below. And it does look like Still Alive is trying to push in and across the street. What else is happening? We did have a team. It looks like Velocity may be coming on down. Straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal is coming in. So they may be coming into San Martin as well. We got S2G over by Monte Nuevo. We do have a Rich Esports headed over towards the power grid. The Infinity Reapers coming up towards that power grid area. So we do have a lot of teams that may end up right on top of each other. Looks like Hope is rotated down and around, trying to get better view of Still Alive. And we do have one over in the bricks, and then we've got them down in the little shops across the street. So oh, look at this. So our zone's getting ready to pop. Let's go ahead and put this zone up or see where our zone's gonna go. I feel like we're probably going to come over towards this power grid area. So let's see if they do. Yeah, we're coming in right around San Martin power grid. So we did get a donut zone. Most of these teams are coming in. Oh, straight out of Nepal. Straight out of Nepal is coming right up behind the Artistic. The Artistic have their backs wide open for straight out of Nepal. Straight out. Oh, I think Zig just found somebody driving up and across right towards them. Who is this? Look at that. Right up across. And I think that is, yes, it is Third Eye. Third Eye is now coming in across the way as well. So now let me go ahead and scroll on in. We do have Zig really doing a good job keeping his back clear, but Third Eye is also coming up towards the radio tower hill, where Still Alive still has their backs wide open to these teams. Look at that. Big taking those showers. Oh, who found him? It was Artistic. Artistic up at the top of the hill, but XP3 is coming up and around. Third Eye is still coming up and around. XP3 may be able to get these shots as they are coming up, but we've got Team Artistic at Radio Tower Hill. It looks like Third Eye is going to stay down below, and we do have 10 teams still in this, and only 30 seconds left of stage 3. Third Eye does not push up, but Artistics are working their way around. Look at this. There's Bajwa, and I think who is that was right behind Bajwa. I did miss who was behind him. So now look at this. We are still pushing right up and in. Blacklist coming along those Picado Hills. We do have the Infinity Reapers not too far away from Blacklist, so the Infinity Reapers are going to have to watch that, because Rich Esports is already taken over the power grid. We also have Entity about ready to get into a fight with S2G, so all the fights are about ready to break out. Let's go ahead and put that map up there so you can see where all the fights are about ready to go off. We have 1 minute left of stage 3. We do have Straight Out of Nepal over on this far east edge. So now let's go. Let's see what's happening. It looks like Straight Out of Nepal wrapping down and around. We do have, oh, Papa goes down and out, and I think that might have been to Xenon over here. Let's check in on what Xenon is doing. It wasn't by any of them from Velocity, but Xenon does look like they are starting to get, oh, he was ready. He was ready for the push, and they know that Xenon's in here. They're taking the shots over towards him. Hello, Starry. Oh, P-O-P-O-P. S2G now still pulling right up and in. Xenon ready with that nade, taking those shots, and Bot is, oh, Bot goes down and knocks him by. Where are you? Nuxify watching all this going off, and we still have more of S2G pulling up and around right over here by Nuxify. Nuxify comes out, is able to get War. He gets War down, but now Nuxify is down to about 10 HP as he's trying to get in and across. And he gets found. He gets found. So now it's just up to Xenon. Xenon is the last one still standing against the duo from S2G. And now we also have Blacklist in the fight with the Infinity Reapers and Rich Esports. So Xenon now still trying to hold off all this. And now oh no, there goes Xenon. Alright, so now we gotta go down to that southern side. I just found them, guys. Rich Esports safe over here with the Infinity Reapers. And now the Infinity Reapers at the Picado side. So the hills of Picado, we saw them coming right up and in. We've got Rich Esports on the one side. We've got the Infinity Reapers and Blacklist. They are all right over here. Blacklist and Rich Esports trying to stop the Infinity Reapers from coming into zone. And now it is just up to Zooboy. I don't know how to say your name. I am so sorry. Bad. Oh, the headshot. The headshot from Rich Esports. Alright, so now we're about ready to close up our zone again. Let's see where we are headed this time. No, we are not. We are on the fast or slow side of zone over here. We do have straight on Nepal wrapping around. They can have this whole western side over here in the dip, so they are getting in that area. This is not a good spot, but let's go. Let's see what's happening over here with oh, there goes Liar right when I clicked over onto him. So still alive, still trying to push up into Team Entity. Team Entity now up to 6 eliminations, but they do have to push down into zone. They've got to go across the wide open space and go right into the Artistic. The Artistic have worked their way down and through. So now let's see what else we got. We also have 7 Rich Esports coming in from, oh, alright, my buttons are getting sticky, guys. Sorry about that. And here they come. And the plane going right up and over. Team Entity coming right up and in onto the Artistic. Team Entity just taking over there, up to 10 eliminations. Team Entity, if they hold on to the 10 eliminations and come in first, that's 20 total points added on. So they are getting some points, guys. They are in zone, but they have straight out of Nepal coming at them from that western edge. Let's go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit more. We have 5 teams remaining. We still have Third Eye coming up and around on that eastern edge. We have Team Entity and straight out of Nepal in that northern side of the power grid. We've got Team 7 down to that southern side. Rich Esports still coming on in. And we do have the solo from Still Alive coming right up and in behind straight out of Nepal. Look at all the teams that are trying to push on in. So now let's check in on what Shimmy is doing. Shimmy over here trying to get those nades right up and over onto straight out of Nepal, right in front of him, making sure that they are zone keeping him. They're not letting him get to zone easily. Look at this, they're taking those shots as he is trying. Oh, that's not a good place, Spark. And now he's gonna, he's getting out of that, and I think Zig may see him from, that was a play zone. So now we are down to the top 4 teams. We still have straight out of Nepal, Team Entity in this fight. We've got Rich Esports, and we have Third Eye. These are the top 4 teams that are coming up. Deep trying to get the nades over onto Dark. Deep watching that nade coming up and over. Dark down to about half health, and Deep able to see him in that smoke. Chills right down below, throwing those nades right up and over. Does have that S12 trying to get the shots over onto Rich Esports, and Rich Esports coming over the top of those ridges. So now we are down to the top 3 teams. Let me see if I can get some sky view, guys, so you guys can see what is happening. Straight out of Nepal, pushing Third Eye right on out of there. Rich Esports, Punjan coming in from that Picado area. Let's go. Team Entity down below, and I think we're... Ooh, Rich Esports may be coming in first, guys. We do have Team Entity. And now Zig is the sole survivor. Rich Esports pulling up onto Zig. Let me see if I can get over to Zig fast enough. See if he can hold off the push by not only Rich Esports. Rich Esports has Team Entity at their back, so Team Entity can spoil the Rich Esports push up on the straight out of Nepal. Up on top does have the uphill advantage. Come on. That's not what I'm clicking. I'm sorry, guys. I keep clicking, but it's doing its own thing. Alright, so now we do have Rich Esports coming down and around. We do have Nexus OP Apollo. They're trying to keep Zig from getting those. Kunjan is coming up right behind. Straight. Oh, is he gonna see Zig? Zig was watching for it. Zig is down to 1 HP. All these teams look like they're trying to come right up and in onto straight on the ball. Zig is able to get a knock, but Kunjan. Ooh, who found you? Zig found you as you were coming right up and around him. So now Slay trying to get the shots over onto Zig. Let's go. And there goes straight out of Nepal. So now we're down to Apollo. Apollo is the last one still remaining. Oh, none of it wants to click. And no matter what I click, it's getting hot in here, guys. Alright, so Nexus OP, and there it is, guys. There it is. Coming in first, Rich Esports with 11 eliminations, 10 placement, 21 total points. Team Entity coming in second, also with 11 points. Straight out of Nepal coming in third with 3 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, and 13. Going all out. S2G Papa. 5 eliminations, 609 points. Be right back, guys, with tonight's final unofficial live scores. Be right back. That S12K action. So we still have Deep across the way. Deep is still collecting all the information. Look at this. Finding Jerry downhill, and we also have Alpha Esports coming on across, so hopefully Jerry can get on in. Jerry from the finest, and I think Jerry is just waiting for everyone to work their way on out. Look at that, because Alpha Esports is now pushing up onto Rich Esports, giving Jerry a break. Jerry will be able to heal up and push in, but Jerry does have a long way to run without a vehicle. So now, what else is happening? Let me check in on what is happening with Tempest. Tempest is down. Welcome back, everyone. Are you ready to see these scores? As long as I can get the right screen up. This is just... this computer's too hot. Straight out of Nepal. Football coming in first with 88 total points. Team Entity, 56. Team Artistic at 55. 1 point. 1 point for a lot of money. But these are the unofficial scores. If you want to see the official scores, make sure you click the link pinned up at the top. Go over to the the United North America Discord server so that you can find out who won which of the prize pools. GG's to all of these teams. Thank you for everyone for coming out and supporting these teams, these players, the Discord server, the new YouTube channel, and me. We all truly appreciate you. Have a great week. Stay safe, and I will see you soon. Good night, everyone.